Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet because SOAR is ready to put the you in you. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Yeah. Pass the lead. We're miscellaneous. We are the Blue Eagles. And we gotta spell it out. So sing it with me now. What? B-L-U-E-E-H-E-L-E. B-L-U-E. Eagle fly with me. B-L-U-E-E-H-E-L-E. B-L-U-E. Eagle fly with me. Girl, I'm feeling blue, and babe, I gotta tell you that it's and you and me, Holmes, you and me. Ride it till the sky and sing it till you die. Oh, I've been Mr.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
3 o'clock prayer. You died, Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of mercy, we trust in you.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan.
Coming up next, Level Up Exclusives on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Sa Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayon, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Hindi, ginaganon yan. So all good, all ready, all the best. And when we say the best, we have the best of the Athenians, the best practices of people here. And I've been waiting for her to purge me of all my thoughts this week. A lot of people have passed or have gone ahead of us. G.A. Fallarme, Ninoy Leiran, the brother of Manny Leiran, ex-Jesuit, Tita Susan Joven, Ana Feliciano, the wife of Mel Feliciano, and now Emma Atienza. So, all of 19 years old. And then, we'd like to make sense of all these passing by talking to someone so loving and giving. She's called the Friday's Child. So, it's nice to have her. I'm surprised. She was 1986 BS Management palang graduate. I thought all along that she was a comm graduate. We have Cathy Sanchez-Babao. Cathy, finally. Finally.
Thank you.
Yes. So, when was the last time you were in Ateneo?
Oh, I was just here last weekend
Okay,
watching my sons play.
Okay. So,
Yes.
about?
It's like a twin bill. He wrote one play and then I
galing.
think his classmate wrote the other.
So, nakuha sa lola
horror.
yun.
Hindi yung writing.
Writing. Sa'yo yun.
Sa
Sa'yo.
nanay.
Okay.
Sa nanay.
And then, so Mad Child in Arete, no?
Yes, Mad Child in Arete. And
Okay.
here's another one coming up in
Which
November, which is Balay Dolor.
Galing. And Mad
Yes.
Child too.
No, not Mad Child. Another
Theater is really
theater group.
booming, no?
Yes.
And a lot of things happening in Arete now. So, while Bar Boys is opening today, and then tatlong upuan, which is you're watching.
Which I'm watching on Sunday.
This weekend.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
again about grief,
Yes,
life,
yeah.
and love,
I'm looking
etc.
forward
So,
to it. Yeah.
so what kind of a student were you when you were here in Ateneo? Were you diligent?
Well, yes, because Ateneo requires you
A
to be
QPI.
diligent.
Okay.
Otherwise,
We have to ring this bell. Okay. No.
Okay.
Okay, so you were diligent.
yes, I had no choice but to be diligent.
Pero
or else I would
BS
make the
management, I
grade.
ask you that. Why? Did you want to get into BS management? In the first
Actually,
place?
no.
Okay.
I was a typical student. I started in AB Social Sciences.
Okay.
And then I
And it's quite a
stayed-
feat to go to be a BS degree, di ba?
Yes.
The higher QPI.
Yes.
Okay.
Parang medyo confused ako when I entered college.
Like
so
we
I
all
did
are.
AB Soc Sci for a year.
Okay.
And then I went to Bio for a year, BS Bio.
So you scanned the cat?
No, I realized that's when I couldn't make it in
Ah,
BS Bio because I could not.
Okay.
Frog pa lang.
Frog pa lang,
Freak out
dun na
na ako.
cat, no?
So okay, my mom said, why don't you just go into management,
More money.
Yeah, more money. Your
Okay.
future will be secure and all
Okay.
that. So, okay.
Never thought of getting into comm. And
No, I wanted to.
But-
Com or Psych. AB
Oh.
Psych or AB Com. Masunuring bata.
So what
ako
was
eh.
the lesson
Yeah.
there? So, parang just follow your mom.
At that time, yes.
Okay.
Yes, at
Okay.
that time.
Memorable subjects. Favorite
Oh.
subjects. And why?
Oh, all my English subjects.
Okay,
Yeah,
under?
all my English subjects. I had Colette
Really?
Condon.
Colette.
And I
Good in
had,
poetry. Very good in poetry.
Dr. Susan Evangelista.
Yes.
My
Okay.
favorite, English.
With
teacher.
with a husband teaching history, no?
Yes,
See, okay, galing.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So, mostly English. And I like my psych subjects also. And I had an elective in my senior year with Ricky Lee in this in the com
In the
building.
com
no?
dep.
Yes.
And you know that Ricky never finished college.
Yeah,
Yun nga parang
imagine.
he was given that chance in Ateneo, first time in Ateneo to teach. Kasi
Wow.
UP never gave him the degree. So parang in Ateneo, kinilala all his other works to be parang meritable to teach.
to
So okay nga, you're
teach.
lucky to have him as a teacher.
Yes, I
And
really enjoyed
unorthodox
that class.
teacher, no? Very, very different.
Yeah, we would have classes in his
Yes,
apartment at that time.
and a lot of
yeah.
exposure trips.
A lot of
Okay,
exposure trips.
so nice. And next, teachers, favorite teachers. Aside from those, why were you were 19? You graduated in
1986, the
no?
EDSA batch.
Revolution.
Yes,
So,
EDSA batch.
were we drawn to strict teachers during that time?
No, I didn't like strict.
wala.
I didn't like strict teachers. Well, in business, of course, I loved Rudy Ang's class.
Well, he's still here.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, I think Rudy Ang was like a really
He's Lord
fabulous,
here now.
fabulous teacher, Mr.
Okay.
Rudy Ang.
Okay.
So,
And he
yeah.
teaches theory and practice because he also owns a business. No? Pero
Yes, that's right.
kasi ang analysis before, we were drawn, a lot of people were drawn or learned a lot of things from the terror teachers. Parang authoritarian during that time. But now, with the younger ones, I think they're more open to learning when you're friends with them.
Yeah. But
why?
pero even me,
Ganon
you
din
know,
ba sa
back-
parenting?
Yeah, be a parent, have your rules, but you also, in a way, have to be a friend
That's
to your
true.
child, di ba? You learn best. That's also, si Queen ang may sabi niya,
Yes,
Queen
B,
Alichua
okay.
said that like in math, half is the teacher dependent. So, kung
That's
takot ka sa
true.
teacher mo,
That's true.
hindi ka matututo. And I had that unfortunate experience
Oh.
in elementary school.
Okay.
I had like a terror math teacher. So,
So you never liked math
prior
after
to that, teacher, I was doing good. But
Oh.
when that year when I had that teacher, I'm like, it was like kind of
That's it,
down
no?
struggle. Yeah, after.
And you never thought of like teaching, you never thought of teaching right after graduation?
I taught here in
Ah,
Ateneo.
here. And then, what
Grief.
happened?
Yeah, I did the dynamics of grief class for here in the college for 10 years.
Were you required to take your master's agad? That's a politics in academe, di ba? To take your
Yes, I
master's
think I already
and then...
had my... No, I didn't have my master's yet.
Ang
at that
swerte
time.
mo! Special
yeah.
student!
Oh, 2000. I started in 2000.
Oh.
Yeah.
A special skill there, no?
Yeah, grief.
Okay, so how was it? How was it different from your like being a student when you were teaching already?
Oh, I enjoyed my time of teaching here.
Oh.
And many of my students are still my friends up to,
Ganon naman
up to
eh.
now. Kasi plus you're teaching grief, so you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to know their lives. Mahilig
Yeah.
ako magpa-reflection paper.
Galing.
So, you read their papers and it's like, wow.
But did you feel like, because I thought right after graduation, I felt I should have like experienced the world more rather than mag-theory lang.
Oh, I was
bigla, no?
older when I was teaching
Yun,
already
yun
here.
eh.
I was already married and I had
Kaya.
kids.
Kaya.
Oo.
Kasi you can read all those theories and then what the older teachers would add there, the added
Yes.
value would be their experiences.
Experience and wisdom.
Yeah.
Oo.
And why focus on grief? Why did you focus there? Because of what happened to Miggy.
Yeah, because of I just said this like I think a while back. I said
Okay.
sometimes you don't look for the path finds you.
Okay.
Like one of my mentors in grief said that when I told him my grief history, he goes, "Oh, you're really cut out parang for this, to do this."
But you do grief to like discover hope or joy. So that's a good part of
Yeah,
it.
to accompany people.
Okay. But yun nga, I went through this and a lot of people dying this week. So what do you tell them first when they say, "Uy, someone just passed on." Kasi kanina when Kim told us about the passing of his daughter, sabi niya, "Are you okay?" So I felt it was kind of insensitive to say, "Are you okay?" So what do you say?
Well, of course you say, I'm very sorry for your loss, di ba? And depende na lang how close you are to the person, right? And okay, if I'm just here, I'm just here. If there's anything that I can do for you, let me know. Or you can check in on the person. Kasi, person who has just lost someone they love, wala namang energy yan
I
to...
did that kanina.
Diba?
And then what he said was, I was worried about, it might be kind of insensitive, but people, he has work, no? So, people might think, will he be attending to his work? Pag ganon, no? So, they can't ask him. But they have to have contingency. So, sabi niya, he was the one who told them na, I need to work just to forget all these things. So, there are those pala rin na parang work can be a coping mechanism.
Well, if he plunged head on in his work today, maybe that's his, I don't know. It's
That's a way of coping.
Yes, it's a way. Yeah, it's a way of coping. But
you
I'm
have to
hoping
grieve.
that
But
he
you have
will
to grieve.
take time. Yes.
Totoo yun. Totoo
More
naman
than
yun.
grief.
Okay, so grief and joy can coexist. But,
Definitely.
okay, but how do you explain that?
Yeah, you can hold them both. One hand grief, one hand joy.
But don't people
diba?
say you have to experience your grief first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely, of course. I mean,
What was that
especially when
movie that taught us na tipong you have to feel your pain? Was that?
You really have to. You really
Yeah.
have to feel your pain, embrace your pain,
Okay.
because that's the best way.
But don't stay there
you
for a
to-
long
don't,
time.
Don't stay there for a long time.
Okay.
Yes.
So, when you say experience of pain, how do you recognize the pain, the hurt, the grief?
Because you're gonna feel it. Your body will feel it.
Okay.
Grief manifests itself in the body. That's why there's a lot of people who are, newly bereaved or
That's
bereaved a
true.
few months. They have all these aches and pains that they can't explain. Some will go to the ER because napapanic attack,
That's
or
true.
and physiologically you can't find anything, right? You run all the tests and you can't find anything. So therefore,
But it's in
that's
the
something
system.
inside. Yes, that's your body signal na, hey, pay attention, right? You need to take.
So what do you do?
time
You
off.
stop and then like listen to your body?
Yeah, you have to listen. You really have to listen to your body. You have to be extra kind to
Okay.
your body because grief takes a lot of work, takes so much energy from
and
you.
manifests in a lot of forms. So it's that,
Manifests in
no,
a lot of
first
forms.
body,
Yes.
aches, and then like a lot
Yes.
nausea, like all these.
Yeah, stomach aches, back aches, all sorts of aches, headache, shoulders, ganyan.
Ikaw,
Yeah.
what happened to you? And
What
how did you
happened
address
Well,
that?
when my son died, I was pregnant.
Oh
6
my
months.
God.
Yeah,
So you
with
cannot be
with my
totally-
youngest. Yeah. So, not that it was on hold,
Mm-hmm.
but
Galing mag-compartmentalize.
yeah, after I gave birth, medyo I had problems right after I gave birth. So medyo natagalan yung recovery ko. And I know that was
Okay.
my body's way of, that's how the
Addressing the
body,
pain.
address
So,
the pain.
aside from addressing the pain, how do you say goodbye to the reason of of that pain or that grief?
Saying goodbye to the
Oo,
pain, you
to
mean?
or
You can't really say goodbye to the
You
pain
don't.
completely.
You don't.
Yeah, it's always gonna be there with you, but it just the sting becomes less over time. So that's what you need to look out for. With time, the pain should dissipate. So if the pain
Okay.
is not dissipating, let's say 1 year after or 2 years after, then maybe it's time to seek help.
Professional
help. Yes.
And then there's got to be new systems after that, or parang new ways of coping with things. Maninibago ka kasi,
it's
di ba?
what we call the new normal, di ba? So
Yeah.
there's a new life in a way that you have to adjust
Did you have
to.
did you have to transfer homes or
No,
rearrange
we didn't have to
rooms?
transfer homes, but I changed barbers,
Yun
we changed
talaga.
pediatrician, we
Okay.
changed the grocery that, we would go to because as my mom would say at that time, pag masyadong masakit, bakit mo
Pabalik
sasagupain?
ka. That's true.
Diba? So, yeah, I had to put down photos. I couldn't look at photos for a while. So, I knew I was healing when I would be able to, put the frame back in place
Okay.
one by one. Kasi
And
kaya
how
mo nang
long was
tignan.
that? Walang standard, di ba? But how long?
There's really no timeline for grief. I always say, as long as you're not harming yourself or not harming those people who are dependent on you, then okay lang, di ba? That's fine.
So the new normal is something. It's a phase that you have to go through, really.
Yeah, it's your new life after your loved one. After your
What's the
loved one
hardest
has
part?
passed.
What's the hardest part when you enter a new life? Parang getting used to having someone there, and then
Like, let's take the case of widows, no? For example, you're the type of wife that you did everything, di ba? With your husband. Maraming ganon di ba? You're like together 24/7 and you're like very dependent and he did everything for you. So the husband passes. So what the widow will adjust to is she now has to do all these things that the husband used to
Alone.
do for her, but
Do you go to new places, or you'd rather go to those places again by yourself and say, I can do it?
whatever is helpful
Okay.
for you. Yeah, whatever
Okay.
is helpful. So I always say to the widow, each time magawa mo yung ginagawa dati para sa'yo ng asawa mo, win yun, di ba?
Okay, yes,
Because
yes.
then you realize parang, I did it, di ba? Kaya ko
Okay.
pala, ganyan.
Galing. And then honoring and remembering. Your husband is telling us about
Yeah.
a good way of honoring the person.
Yes.
And then how do you do that? Ikaw, you had a coroner in a hospital.
Yeah.
That's a good way of honoring. How
Right.
else can people honor?
Well, rituals are
remember
important,
rituals.
di ba? As you're doing your grief work, it's important to have how do you connect? Di ba? Kasi we can still connect with our loved ones. You can connect through journaling. You
That's
can
true.
connect through like a sport, di ba? That you used to do. You can do art. So it's important to find an activity, I think, where you're able to rest your mind also, but at the same time, connect with your
Galing.
deceased loved one.
And moving forward, so rituals would mean, also, do you advise that, kunyari, the urn be put in a place talaga, or put in the house? So some people would rather have it in the house.
Yes, and
Kasi parang,
yeah, some people do that. There are no hard and fast rules,
talaga?
Noel, di ba?
Okay.
Because some will say, oh, alam mo na, paniniwala, they will not be at rest
Yes.
until you put them in the apartment, di ba?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should put.
yeah.
But I said, what book says that?
but
Diba?
I
There's
have
no-
a friend who like was bringing the urn of a loved one every time she goes out. That's what, pero kasama natin siya. That's okay.
Wait, how long has it been?
Hindi. Okay naman na. After a year, okay naman. But,
It's
pero
part
you,
of their
you would
process.
understand.
Yes. So if you're a friend, di ba, then
Intindihin mo na
intindihin
lang.
mo na lang. Yun ang kailangan niyang gawin during that time.
Oh.
Well, I know families still have their urn in the house years
house.
after.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, years after.
Is it harder to let go with that?
No, because like specific, it's case-to-case basis. Like there's a
Okay.
widow,
Okay.
so the children will say, Mom, it's been years. She'll say, let's just put your dad when I'm gone na. Sabay na kami dun sa apartment.
Oh.
So, of course, you have to discuss it with your family members, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what's the best way to like do it?
What do you,
Like
best way
after
what?
after knowing the new normal or having yun nga parang the honoring and the remembering rituals, how do you know that you've moved forward?
Well, how do you know that you move forward? When you start building or doing new things,
Already, yeah.
you start investing in new relationships, new friendships, di ba? You develop new hobbies, or like you also go back sometimes to the things that you used to do.
And improve
Diba?
them.
And improve them.
Galing.
Yeah.
And with you did that.
Yeah, I went back to school after he
Went
died.
back to
Yeah,
school, and then?
went back to school. Kasi sometimes it's like, okay, what do I wanna do, di ba? So I got my master's. and
Galing.
then, okay, I wanna do this thing called grief, right? And so that's been my
And found a
my
new love.
focus. Yes, and
How
found
did you
a
do
new
that?
love. Online.
Ang galing. So, pwede
Yes.
pala.
Yes.
Pwede yun.
All, di ba? Lahat sa tamang panahon.
Okay, yeah.
Lahat sa tamang panahon.
Okay, then after that, how important is community support?
Oh, community support, very
Major,
important. You need
major.
to have, I always ask my clients, okay, so what's your support group like?
Yes.
Diba? Who do you
Or if not,
talk
you
to?
will be.
Oh, yes. The
Oh
fact that
my
they're talking
God.
to, you know, but
Okay.
I said, I cannot be that for you because I can't be there
Yeah,
24/7.
that's
You
true.
need to have other people. And that's
That's
one
true.
thing that a person who is bereaved should not do in the long run, isolate.
That's a good
Okay
point.
lang yung mga in the early days, of course, gusto mo mapag-isa, ganyan, that's fine. But, you know,
Pero may oras ba yun? Isolate for how long?
mahirap kasi yung
Pinaka-
nag-isolate ka lang ng ano, di ba? You can
Okay, so-
slip into a depression.
So you find the community. You need to find
Yes,
the community.
find a friend. If you don't have a community, a friend or
support
two.
group.
Yeah, somebody that you can talk to.
Okay. And then, when you find, a community, you should find a new purpose, I guess, no? New target. So,
Sometimes the
new
purpose takes a
goals.
while.
Talaga.
Oh, sometimes the purpose takes a while because grief work takes so much work, takes so much out of you, di ba? Sometimes all you can even manage to do is just survive, especially in the
That's
first
true.
year.
That's
So
true.
sometimes don't expect the purpose to come in the first year.
How did you do that for yourself?
Oh, well, so I was pregnant, right, when he died. So bagong-bago pa ang internet, no, 1998, right? So I surf.
Okay.
And I said, okay, what can I expect? This, you know. And so that's where the idea for Miggy's Corner came. That
Okay.
helped me, get back up on my feet.
Ang galing. And then, after finding a new purpose, parang that realization that love never dies.
Love
Na-
never dies.
It's just
yes,
there.
It just takes a different form. Grief is just love continued,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
Grief is just love
Yes.
continued. It just takes another form.
But how do you like contain it? Like people, how do you know that it has taken another form?
Well, when you grieve, sabi nga nila, when you grieve, that's your love with no other place to go, diba? That's why you grieve. So in other words, grief is another
So
form of
what
healing.
should be the effect of grief for it to work for you?
Don't be afraid of it. Right?
Talaga?
Don't be afraid of it. Kasi most of us is
I'm
like,
learning.
oh, I don't want to talk about it because it's gonna make me
That's
sad.
true.
What's wrong with being sad?
Okay.
Right? Somebody that you love just died. So you have to allow yourself to be sad. I don't want to cry. What's wrong with crying, right? Tears are cleansing.
And then eventually you'll get tired of being sad for a long time. Ganun ba
I
yun?
think kasi kailangan
It's a natural
ilalabas
process.
mo. Yeah, you gotta get it out of your system, out of your
So
out
when
of
you
your
have
body.
clients, kunyari, na talagang ayaw magsalita or who haven't gone through grief yet, how do you like bring it out?
Hindi naman, they
of
haven't gone.
them?
Yeah, maybe delayed. You know, they delay it because life demands. Kasi
Correct,
they have so
correct.
many
That you have to be
things.
strong
Yes,
for the
you have
family
to
and
like,
all, no?
if you're the widow and you have like young kids,
That's
diba?
true,
So you
that's
have
true.
to, but you really have to make time for it. Otherwise, it will catch up with you at some future point.
And making time means what?
Making time means just allowing
Stopping a
yourself.
routine?
Yeah,
Talaga?
being quiet, allowing yourself solo time, like
Okay.
that, allowing yourself to cry.
And for you, it was like enrolling in a
Yes,
class?
enrolling in a class.
Oh,
Yeah, enrolling in a
catharsis, no?
class. Yeah, learning about grief and doing. Kasi mahirap din yung if you dive right away into like a project or whatever, yes, it can help, but you also have to allow yourself that downtime.
So being a nerd works, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
And then after, when did you decide that parang you ought to share what you learned to others?
Yeah, so first I did Miggy's Corner, and then I said, I really like this thing that, I learned, diba? So I
Yeah.
said, maybe I'll develop a course and adapt it to our culture. So
Are we
Ateneo
open?
opened it
Are we
doors.
open to it? At least Ateneo is, but
Yes.
the general public, you think they're like ready?
There's a hunger for information,
That's
but
true.
in general, it's gotten better over
Good,
the last
good,
20 years, I
good.
would say. Yeah, we're in a more open phase now than we were 20 years
Do
ago.
your clients really freely talk, or you like have to like pull it out?
Yes,
from...
they do.
They do?
Yeah, they
Okay.
do. They talk about it,
Buti. How? You like
Yeah.
mirror it? Like you kwento ka?
Yeah, because the way I do it is I'm more like a companion to
Okay.
them. So when you say companioning, I'm not here to fix your pain. Diba?
That's true.
I'm
That's
here to
true.
like be with you and sit with you and okay, let's just talk. And then before you know it, diba?
And what are your parang standards of success, or parang when do you know that parang you hit the spot?
Yeah, because so they'll ask when they make the appointment. So how does the program run? How many, yung
Yes,
intellectual, di ba?
yes.
I said, I'll know better after I've seen you for the first
Okay,
time.
okay.
Yeah. And then some naman, some will come see me. Usually in the first year, there are those who see me quarterly. There are
Regularly,
those
yeah.
who see me every other. Meron naman every month.
Meron.
Meron.
Okay.
Meron ang iba sabihin, can I see you like every week? I said, I really don't see the need for that, So maybe let's start with every other week. Like
Okay. Meron naman akong kilala, Marla Agustin. Parang party naman. Parang it's a parang preparing for your farewell party.
that. Oh, interesting.
So ang ginagawa, it's things you have to you have to attend to, yung mga bilin before you die.
Oh, yes. I think I've heard of her. Yeah, she does. That's
Kasi may
very good
cancer
service.
siya, tapos or may condition siya. Tapos parang she's made it parang
Yes.
a good like standard also for people to have fix your land titles,
Yes.
fix your insurance,
Yes.
etc., etc.
Yes, exactly.
Does that help?
It helps.
Okay.
I mean, at a certain age, di ba?
Even pala the name. So you're saying you have to fix your name kasi baka magkaroon ng complications in terms of like birth certificates claims. And a lot of
all that.
Filipinos now have those problems. Na magpapalit yung name, yung mga Maria na MA, parang those things na malalaman mo lang pagpatay
Or
na.
akala mo 2 names, yung pala 1 name lang.
Yes. So may
right?
mga ganon.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at least people are open to those
Yes.
already. What else? How
It's
else?
important to have your affairs in order long before,
Ano pa yung
there's
mga
a need.
bilin? Like, kunyari, before you die, how else can you prepare?
Well, repair your relationships.
That's true.
Diba?
That's
repair your
true.
relationships while you're still alive. Forgive
true.
who you need to forgive.
That's true.
Diba? Because you never know, right?
That's
you can...
But do you have that natural thing of like weeding out people also? Like, kunyari, as we grow older,
Oh, yes.
when we were younger, we'd say yes to all the people and make
Yes.
friends with everyone. Pero we have a handful, or at least a few, na you check on all of the time.
Right. And as you grow older, I don't know about you, because your circle
Yeah.
is so wide. But as you grow older, your circle becomes smaller, but I
That's
would
true,
say
tighter, no?
tighter
Yeah,
and
that's
more solid.
But
Diba?
I think yun nga, the pandemic helped us realize the essentials.
Oh, definitely.
Sabi nga nila, kung hindi ka kinumusta ng tao during the pandemic, it seems like they're not essential to your life.
Precisely.
So,
Yes, I said the exact same thing. If you did not talk to this person or that
And you
person
can-
did
oh, yeah,
not
that's
bother
true.
to like check on you over that 2-year period where we were
So
in
yun,
strict
no, that's
lockdown,
true. That's
what does
true.
that say about your relationship?
Okay yun, okay
Right?
yun. What else do people have to prepare before like leaving? What do you tell
Yun na nga,
them?
get your affairs in order. That's so
Sa mga
important.
sa mga kina-counsel mo ng grief ganyan, ano yung parang una na sana ginawa ko to before nawala itong taong to?
Yun, sinasabi nila, sana naayos yung mga
That's
papeles, ganyan, and all that. Kasi nung araw, di ba? So I mean, some parents like really have this great foresight and I guess, siguro training din that everything is fixed.
Correct.
Oo. Kasi pag hindi fixed, dyan na magulo.
Pero well, ako may ganyang lesson kasi I'm the eldest in the family. My sister had the hole in her heart, parang congestive heart
Yes,
disease.
yes.
So I was the one made to prepare the plan, the funeral plan. Tapos nun, she was able to receive the letter sa house. Sabi, what is this for? Parang, my God, it was so hard like tell her na, okay, we're preparing for anyone in the family.
Yeah.
But it happens. Pero I think, well, she understood afterwards. But
Yeah.
then, we have to talk about...
We have to prepare for it. It's like, di ba, when I had one tita who said, okay, when I die, all I want for my kids is to just grieve me. Nothing else. Gusto daw niya maayos na. Lahat.
Okay.
Because that's also a gift,
That's
right? That
true.
you give to your children. They
That's
don't have to
true.
deal with, banks and
That's
legal
true.
stuff and
That's
all
true.
that because everything is fixed.
So yung mga power of attorney or mga arrangement sa mga funeral homes, dapat ayos na.
Dapat ayos na yun. And you have
What
a
else? What
file.
else you go?
Diba?
A
You have
file,
a
yes,
file.
yes,
They
yes.
know where to okay, if something
In the States,
happens
they have
to
a
me-
workbook, no?
Yes,
Yung
they
mga
do.
all these things.
Yeah.
But now in the Philippines, parang ang hirap.
Yeah. And there's a document in the US, as Mark mentioned, called the
Ano?
5 Wishes.
Okay.
I don't remember what those wishes are, but it's called the 5 Wishes document where talagang you outline, this is what I want, this is who I want to see, who I want to be with,
That's
like
true.
to say what
That's true.
music you'll play,
Yeah.
ganyan.
Yeah.
I think one of my most memorable, when I was still working with the newspaper, one of my most memorable interviewees was a lady who did a living wake.
Galing.
So at that time, I'm like, what is that living wake? So she goes, I threw myself a party, invited everybody that, I wanted to see, may cancer siya, to see for the last time. And yan, naka-outline na lahat, ganyan.
Ang galing.
Music, and then they were saying her tributes to them at that time. Because it's important, right? For the person
I was telling you about my plan to have that podcast of like a living eulogy, which nga Cardinal Tagle asked me to do or what's encouraging me to do. Parang living eulogy also to take two people na they have parang relationship, a boss and an employee, sisters, parents, ganyan. And then eventually say all the things that they want to tell each other.
Yes.
Okay yun, but it seems like ang hirap din, there's some holding back for the Filipino audience. Why kaya?
I don't know, maybe like I said, if you call it eulogy,
Yeah.
they're kind of iffy about it. But if you use a different term,
Morbid
diba?
naman
And you
yan,
get
ah.
people, diba? People people on
Yeah.
the street, diba? Can I feature you? And ganito, what good thing can you say about?
That's true. That's true.
Right? It's like, merong...
Parang honoring, you're also saying
honoring.
honoring or a tribute to that person. Kasi nga, a lot of a lot of these good things or good traits, you say lang when
Yes.
the person's dead, hindi na maririnig.
Yeah, as my mom would say whenever we would go to wakes, lagi niya yung sinasabi, tingnan mo, ngayon sinasabi nila lahat
That's
yan.
true.
Sabi niya, ba't hindi nila sinabi nung buhay pa yung tao?
That's true. Well, going
Right.
to what our parents taught us, sa amin, you can skip birthday parties or major celebrations because yun, in your times, a lot of people are there. Pero pag may sakit at saka patay, doon
Yeah.
kami required pumunta
Yes.
kasi that's when you need the company. Is that
Yeah.
so? Is that sa grieving practices?
It's good to show up, di ba? For the person who was lost. And you don't necessarily have to say things. Sometimes the tendency, you might say the wrong thing,
That's
right?
true.
So,
You
just
don't
be
have to say
there
a
for
thing.
your friend. Hold their hand. Put your arm on their shoulder, di ba? Show up.
So mali pa rin, are you okay? Kasi oo nga, mali.
Tsaka ang isa pa, sa wakes, di ba?
Oo.
I noticed wakes here are a social event, right?
That's
Everybody
true. That's
goes
true.
at night time,
That's true.
di ba? So, if you
But
really
there's no
wanna
quality
be,
talk eh. Yeah.
go in the afternoon. Or go when nakakabukas lang, di ba? You're not there for the people or the food,
That's
right?
true.
You're
That's
there
true.
for the person who has lost a loved one.
I've gone to the most unique wake of a person from Spit, sina Gabe Mercado.
yes.
Okay. They're a comedy group, parang improv
Yeah.
group. They would have parang when you sign the attendance sheet or the guest book, may standee siya na nakakatawa, no? And then kasi kasama nila 'yon. And then
Yes.
the password for the Wi-Fi nandun kasama nung taong namatay.
Oo.
Eto na. Si Gabe daw, ang bilin niya, bawat isa sa kanila, merong bilin. So si Gabe daw, pag namatay siya, nakakabaong, pero hire someone daw na iiyak na babae.
Crying ladies.
Na hindi kilala ng mga tao. So pag-iisipan na may nakarelasyon. Pangalawa, ito naman, pero it's politically incorrect. They wrote a really good eulogy, pero nagtatawanan yung mga tao kasi ang nagsalita.
Oh my
Yun nga.
gosh.
But they were all laughing. Parang
Yeah.
ganun, or they were all dancing during that week. So, yung ganung ritual ba, nakakatulong when you're like,
Yeah, a wake should reflect, di ba?
the personality
Who the
of
person is, the
Because
personality.
we've gone to weeks
Yeah.
also na nagiging dance party. What's a pinaka unique wake that you've gone to?
Well, lately,
Si Susan
this
daw.
year, di
Oh,
ba? A lot of my titas from the LV and Sampaguita
ganun.
away one after the other. So, each time I would go, I'm like, oh, this is so nice because it really reflects, like yung kay Tita Delia Razon,
okay,
di ba?
okay.
She had like, ano yun, her favorite candy there and her like favorite, ng dog niya. I'm like, oh, explain that to me. What's that? So, her daughters knew the story. I'm like, oh, this is so nice,
Galing,
di ba?
no? Galing.
Yeah, and then you have photographs of them all the way from their early days in LVN or
So,
Sampaguita.
pinagpaplanuhan din talaga yun.
Oo, di ba? Kasi the more you personalize
That's
it,
true.
the more
That's true.
it will be memorable.
Have you planned for your...
No,
Madam?
not yet.
May bilin ka na sa mga anak mo, wala?
Yes, I have like, yung mostly medical, ganyan. And then of
okay.
course we talk
Or who to
about
call
it.
and what to do.
Yes,
Yeah,
or
okay.
you call these titas,
Okay.
so and so.
Okay.
Yeah. they'll
So,
be
hindi sila
able to help.
tatawag ng mga taong nakaaway mo para to say the eulogy hindi. Kasi may listahan na yon.
And speaking of eulogy,
Oo.
laging na-mention, a eulogy should not be like hyper long.
I
Okay?
know.
It should be like
At
just
saka hindi
short.
dapat,
Not about yourself.
Yes, we hear of those people na pag nagsasalita na, hindi na tungkol sa namatay, kundi,
About
and
yourself.
no private jokes. So parang hanggat
Yes,
maaari. Kasi it's
yes.
something to learn from the person who passed
Oo,
on.
and definitely nothing derogatory. My gosh, di ba kung makabangon lang yung...
So wala ka na
doon.
doon nung time ni Ricky Davao. Na they were talking about the eulogy na grabe, na people wanted to walk out. Ricky Davao.
Really?
Ang dami daw mga
No.
private jokes and parang yung mga tao gusto nang umalis. We'll talk about it during the break.
Okay.
Pero yun daw, dapat talaga nothing derogatory. You're on
Yes.
because you're honoring the person.
Yes, exactly. And
That's
not everybody will get your private jokes.
That's
right?
true, that's
If
true.
you want to
Lalo-
make a private joke, then just talk to the person.
That's
and
true.
you're,
That's
yeah.
true. Si mommy mo may bilin.
Nako, my mom, unfortunately, did not like to talk about
Death at
Yes,
all.
At all. Yeah,
But then
at
reading
all.
this book, you knew the rituals. So
Yes.
dapat masarap na kape.
Yes, dapat may masarap siya.
Masarap na kape. So walang gown, hindi siya naka-gown pag so dapat nakapantalon.
Walang gown. Although, in one because she has her dementia na nga,
meron.
ganyan, di ba? I was able to have that conversation with her na,
Oh.
ma'am, libing o cremate, ganyan. Yung parang
Ay,
casual
Cathy,
lang.
pag-usapan natin yan.
Ganon,
Kasi
libing or
it
cremate.
took a while before I can convince my mom
For
na
cremation.
for cremation. Kasi parang, well, this is a funny thing. Sabi ni mama, mainit, masakit.
Susunugin ako.
Susunugin ako.
Oo,
Or
oo.
yung kaluluwa ko wala nang mabubuhay ulit. Di ba? The thought of after death. Pero sabi ko, practical, after talaga the COVID situation, the pandemic,
Yes.
parang it became so normal.
Yes.
Na parang, I think, mas malinis pa to have yourself, ashes than
Ashes.
the actual
Plus,
body.
diba,
But it's generational.
di ba when you go to a wake, parang mas malungkot di hamak
Totoo
pag
yan.
nandun yung body.
Totoo yan.
Versus, di ba, it's just the urn. Ako, personally, that's how
Totoo yan.
parang mas mabigat, mas malungkot.
Parang also you'd be drawn to the happy times, the good times, more when you have the
urn.
urn
Yeah, the urn.
than
Oo,
the
urn.
body.
But in the Philippines, it's still 75%
Why? I wanna ask that. Is it generational?
generational. It can't be a cost because mas mura ang cremation eh.
Totoo
Actually,
yun.
kesa
Totoo
sa
yun.
wake at di ba? Yeah. Well, I think it's generational.
You hold
it's
on to the body, parang ganon.
socio-economic also,
Oh.
di ba? Yeah.
And also, parang a lot of mind conditioning really when you say hindi na siya yon. A lot of mind
Yeah.
control also to say
Right.
it's no longer my mom who's there, or the dead person who's there.
Yeah, there's just the body there actually, di ba?
But tama ka na, it's easier to cope. It's easier to like to like talk about the good times you had with the person. So now with the condition of your mom, paano yun? With it, Direct Joey said it really well during your launch, no?
Yeah.
Kasi parang when you become the mom to your mom.
The
when you
person
become
who
a
takes
parent
care
to your
mom.
parent,
Yeah.
and you acknowledge that cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle of life, di ba?
Naiyak
It's
mo
just
yan?
a cycle of life.
Naiyak mo yan?
Oh, syempre, every time. Especially when you have a parent with dementia or Alzheimer's, your goodbye is not just one time. Di ba? Because you lose them little by little. I mean, anyone who has a parent who's got,
That's
you
true. That's
lose
true.
them little by little. You lose them in parts. Di ba? You don't lose them all at the same
And you
time.
know that it's no longer the person you used to love. No? Parang
Yeah.
ganun yung and in tatlong upuan, which you're watching this weekend,
Yeah.
parang we have a notion of of that person when we were young.
Yes.
Pero
Yes.
when we grow up, you live apart.
Right,
You live,
right.
There's spaces you don't know of each other anymore.
Yes, yeah.
Pero paano ka naka-catch up with the lost time with your mom before she... Did you have that moment?
Well, yeah, I'm just grateful that, we're the type
You're just
now. We
open,
had a
not
lot
tight.
of,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
tight. We had a lot of, conversations and all that. And of course, sometimes that's what I miss, di ba? Because you can't
That's
anymore
true.
have. But,
But you have the book.
which
At
is
least.
precisely one of the reasons why I wrote the book. Because I wanted to remember her
That's
the
true.
way she
That's
was
true.
before the dementia
true.
took over. And I'm so, because when people read the book, they say it makes them think of their own
Totoo.
moms.
Totoo.
Diba? It makes
Ako, when
them
my
think
mom
of-
turned 80, I made her write the 80 things she's thankful for.
Oh,
And she did.
nice.
That was and all reminders. I want to publish it eventually.
Yes.
But then, what I realized, she's 85 now,
Mm-hmm.
and we threw a really good birthday party for her. It's their need to be needed that you have to satisfy.
Yeah, at that age, yes. So they want to feel, di ba, needed, that they're still valued, that they're still worth, di ba, that every day there's something to wake up for.
That's
Di ba?
true.
Ganun
That's
kasimple.
true.
Yeah,
That's
there's
true.
something to wake up for. Yun daw ang sekreto in that age eh. That when they wake up in the morning, okay, this is
There's
what I'm
something to
gonna
look
do. Ganon, di ba,
Okay.
may purpose pa ako.
With your mom, how do you do it? Like now, with the dementia.
Oh, syempre, dementia eh. Alzheimer's is
Oh,
a
gradual?
progressive,
Oh, progressive.
disease,
Okay.
right? So, you just have to meet them where they're at. Di ba?
Okay.
Just meet them where they're at because you lose them, sometimes they lose their mobility or
That's
their
true.
speech
Pero
is
meron
not
siya yung
the same.
kaya ko pa. My mom's like that eh. At 85, ayaw pa nagpapaakay. Ayaw pang parang...
So, kung kaya pa naman talaga and they're not a risk to themselves, di ba? Then, you should still allow them sa liberty. Kung malakas pa naman di ba? Why not? Right?
Ibang klase. Best lessons you've learned from your mom.
It's all in the book.
Okay, I know. But I have to tell you,
Yeah.
John Lloyd Cruz said, I think I told you this,
Yes.
in Tabing Ilog, sabi niya, the person with the most wisdom that he learned from was from your mom.
Yes. Yeah, my mom is
You
simple pero...
knew they were close.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yun.
They're very close. Pati si Alden.
Si Alden.
That was her last show Si Alden yung last niya na apo niya yata dun
So
si
Alden,
Oo.
si
Alden, si John Lloyd.
And I have to tell you this,
Yes.
Ate Guy.
Ate Guy, of
Nora
course. Yeah,
Honor
Nora
was-
Honor.
Si Tita Karing lang daw was the only person to tell her off. Kunyari, mali yan.
Yeah.
Yun, ganon.
Yes.
Totoo.
Wala siyang pakialam. Walang pakialam kahit superstar ka.
Totoo. Why? Why
Because
is Nora, why is Ate Guy drawn to her?
We should have asked her that, no? When she was still alive, sayang. Si Ate Gaya, we should have asked
But you
her
know
that.
Albert Sunga, yung assistant ni Ate Guy
Sounds
before.
familiar, yes,
Na
yes.
sinasabi niya talaga, if there's anything they wanna tell Ate Guy,
Yeah.
si Tita
They go
Karing
through my
daw
mom.
yung
Kasi makikinig-
kakausap at
kasi makikinig siya,
Oo.
oo.
Bakit?
I don't know, maybe she sees...
She's able to tell her things, not
Yeah.
scold her, but tell her things, and she follows down.
kasi totoo si Mami at saka wala talaga siyang vested interest,
That's
di ba?
true. That's
I mean,
true.
she's
That's true.
like, you're my friend, because you're my friend, not
That's
because
true.
I need something from you or I want something from you.
But was she consistent to yung the celebrities and to the family?
Yes.
Same treatment?
Yes, same treatment. Tsaka
Or
alam-
mas strict sa inyo?
Oo, strict mama talaga siya.
Talaga?
Oo, strict.
Like how?
Pero maloko din siya. Ganyan. like, I never went out on a date without a chaperone until like second year college, third year college. Ganon.
Talaga?
Oo, so strict ang
Next,
Strict na
merong
mama ko.
wala dito
Oo, alin?
na alam na story. May hinabol daw siya na girl na totoo ba yun?
Oh, with my... hindi. But they weren't married. They weren't married pa at that time.
Correct. So you
oo.
know that.
Yeah,
so you know that
yeah.
story. Hinabol daw siya
Yes.
niya yung isang girl na celeb ha?
Oo.
Na yun, na may gusto sa dad mo.
Oo, matapang yung mom ko Oo,
And
matapang
then, what
siya
was the
talaga.
story? What is that story to you?
Ano ba yun? So is it... I don't know, it changes form through the years,
Okay, but
di
you
ba?
head that story.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that story.
And
I said, talaga?
Ibig sabihin, pinaglaban niya talaga yung pagmamahal
Oo, pinaglaban niya talaga. Kasi ang gwapo ng daddy ko. So, marami talaga siyang mga kari-karibal doon. Ganun.
Correct. At buhay
Oo.
pa. Yung,
Oo, alam
yung
ko.
girl.
Huwag na natin siyang i-mention.
Pag nagkita kayo,
Ay,
okay kayo?
Nakita ko na siya dati pa.
Okay, and then?
Friend ko nga yung daughter niya.
Oh
so,
my God!
Oo, friend ko yung daughter niya. So, wala lang. Ganun.
Ang galing,
Parang,
ang galing.
Those are our parents during that time,
pero
right?
ang galing nga ng mama because she really fought for your dad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's why she also never remarried.
Ah,
Sabi niya, kung sa ulit, magkamali pa ako. O baka mag-alaga pa ako. Ganyan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na ikaw had that courage. So, parang improvement of the race? Parang ganun ba yun?
Oo, siguro.
Or parang coping with the time, no? Parang
Yeah.
iba rin naman sa'yo.
Oo, iba
ang ganda
naman.
when you said it here, parang when Miggy passed on and then you found new purpose when you found your husband.
Yes.
So ano yun? It was God appointed?
Well, he was a long time coming.
Talaga?
I was
You
like-
prayed for him?
Yeah.
You prayed for Mark?
Yes, I prayed for
Okay.
Mark. I was very specific about my prayers.
Okay,
Yeah,
like.
very specific.
Ganun pala yun. Jackie, makinig ka. Okay.
Like,
Next.
sabi ko, pwede, I don't cook So sabi ko,
So
pwede,
Mark
Lord,
cooks
yung
well.
nagluluto.
Okay.
Oo, di ba?
Baliktad, okay.
Oh, so
And then,
yes.
sinabi mo sana, mas mabait sa akin.
Ha?
Ano ganun.
Oh, mabait talaga yan.
Oh, yun,
Oo,
no?
Mabait talaga siya.
You'd want your partner to be better than you. di ba?
Yes,
For that person to bring out the best in you, no?
And he does.
What else? What else? What else did you pray for?
Like, what else did I pray for? Like, it was very, very
For the
specific.
girls, for the women, they just want someone to be in charge. Feeling, or hindi ikaw yon. I know of people na, hey, I can work,
Yeah.
but then when I go home, I want to have someone na in
To be,
charge.
take
Mark like that.
charge. Yeah, Mark is very take charge. He's the
okay.
Kumbaga sa mga Boy Scout, Eagle Scout siya yung nandun
Okay.
siya sa
Okay.
tapos na.
Okay. Tribute that to Mark,
Yes.
Eagle Scout. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so there. And I always tell girls, like, if you're gonna pray for someone or you're gonna choose someone, dapat yung top 5 mo, traits, requests, non-negotiable yan.
Like what? Like what?
Like, let's say, for example, let's say faith life.
That's
diba?
true. That's
so
true.
he has to be of the same faith.
That's true.
If you meet someone who's not of the same faith or
Wag
believes
na.
okay, next.
So
right?
deliberate na, no? Very
Yes,
deliberate.
you have to be like really intentional.
How about Mark and your kids? Did you pray for that too? Yeah, the
Yes,
integration,
I pray
the integration.
that they would get, as with, of course, with any blended, families, it takes a while for families to adjust. But, we're all in a good place now. So,
Ang galing.
yeah.
Ang galing.
So, I'm grateful for that.
Nagiging mabait. And you both look good. Sabi ko ngayon, mali yung relationship mo pag mukha kang ngarag.
Diba?
Di ba? If you look like so stressed. And then
Right,
parang,
right.
Yan.
Yeah,
And you've always been traveling hanggat kaya.
Yes.
So that's not something.
While we still can. Diba?
Yeah.
Yeah, while we still can.
Any other things that you wanna achieve before yun nga parang retiring. Pero hindi pa, dami mo pang pwedeng
There's no
gawin.
such thing as retiring.
With you, no?
I would say, like, even with him, it's like not retire. Tire. So you change your tires, di ba?
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
take on a slower pace, right? But
Pero ano yung panlaban
you're
sa
still doing-
burnout? Because you're doing the same thing, but pag burnout kasi parang it's getting fed up of doing the same things. So you look for other things to do?
No, I just learned to pace myself.
To
Like, for
pace.
example,
That's a good thing.
If my Monday is like super busy, then my Tuesday will not be. But ano na naman ng Wednesday, ganyan. But of course, there are seasons
That's
in
true.
life where you're like super busy, but you should always, block out time where meron kang downtime.
And you go to the sea, no? You're a water person.
Yeah, I love
Why?
the sea. It's very healing.
Talaga?
Diba? Yeah.
And Mark too?
Oh yeah, he grew up by the sea.
Okay.
he
So
grew up by the
water
sea.
is life.
Water is
So yun na
life.
talaga.
Yes.
Okay. Go through like things that will mark, that will mark. So what matters to you now? At this
My
point?
marriage,
Ang galing.
family, di ba?
Okay.
God, I was saying nga now, my prayers have become so simple, Noel. It's just like good health
That's true.
and protection
That's
for
true.
my loved ones. That's it.
That's true. And what brings you happiness now? Dapat kina-qualify na lang yan, di ba? Hindi na-
What
Okay.
brings me happiness? The love of my husband and the love of my kids and doing meaningful work.
That's true. Looking back at your life, what was the parang deepest or lowest depth of misery na ayaw mo nang maranasan?
Syempre, the loss of my son.
That's hard,
Right.
no?
I mean, that's every
That's
parent's nightmare, right? So, for a long time, when the kids were still young, it's like, Lord, please, di ba?
Outliving
Yeah.
your parents.
Oo.
Ito, Dolphy, at a certain point, di ba?
Right.
So, what do you advise parents na parang nauna pa yung mga anak? How do? Kim, at yan, so don't listen to this.
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's really hard. I mean, it will take you a while, sometimes a long while. It's not the same, even because, we lose our children in different ways. Di ba? Some through accidents, some through prolonged illness,
That's true.
So, it impacts the quality of your grieving. So, you just have to give yourself time, allow yourself to be sad, and choose to remember the good times.
ones. Yeah.
Choose to remember the good times.
Yeah. If there's anything in your life you want change, sabi ng mga tao, wala. But looking back, what could you have done better?
What could I have done better? Studied more. Been a better student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess or read the great books earlier or
Yes.
read more books when you were younger. Pero ngayon, let's ask the young people to read more books kasi they hardly na do
Oh, yes.
do that,
Yeah,
no?
yes. Even as adults, we have to train ourselves, di ba? Okay, stop the scrolling and
That's true.
Read.
That's true. Nga pala, yung social media now, how does it help in the grieving?
Social media is double-edged, right?
Your
It
husband
can
said
be,
that.
yes, it can help you, it cannot help you. So I always say, if you find it helpful to be on Facebook and talk about your sadness, then go ahead.
I have to read someone's comment on the death of Kuya Kim's daughter. Sabi niya kasi she's been bashed like anything.
Who has been
also
bashed?
the daughter of Kim. Kasi she's such a character, a feisty character too. Sabi niya, hopefully this is a wake-up call to society that words can cause deep wounds to someone. Therefore, we should so therefore we should should normalize helping, not hating. Supporting mental health starts with stopping the bashing.
Yes, really
So-
kindness, because you never know what this person is going through,
That's
right?
true,
You never
that's true.
know if they're not very open about their mental health issues. How do you know that the person might be going through something or has something? So,
Or we think that people can handle the bashing pero hindi talaga, no?
yes.
Parang deep inside they'll say they can handle, they're strong.
Yeah.
But
no, not everybody is like,
it can be cruel. It can be cruel.
Eh, yung ang mabash ka na wala kang mental health issue, magkaka-mental health issue
That's
ka,
true.
hindi ba? How
That's
much
true.
more
That's true.
someone with a mental health issue who gets bashed?
Talk about media covering yun nga deaths. Ano yung rules doon? Like kunyari, a lot of people would
Yeah.
really want out of like sympathy probably or great loss, they would like so excitedly publish or put on social
Right.
media na okay, namatay na to. But
Right.
the ethics there is like wait for the family to announce,
Yes,
no?
Noel. You really have to like, don't be so excited or like, out of your sadness.
Wala
like,
namang gold medal
spill
dyan,
your,
wala.
wala naman contest
Walang
yan,
prize,
diba?
yeah.
Let's wait for the family to
Yes,
make the announcement. If
yes.
not the family, maybe they have a spokesperson,
Yeah.
whatever, but don't go ahead of
Because
the
if it
family.
happens weekend, they may have banks to like
Yes!
to fix or things to fix.
Legal
Kasi
stuff,
daw,
bank stuff.
Totoo ba yun? They get a big percentage if you're not able to fix it before you
They
die.
freeze your account.
Like how much percent? 40?
You freeze the whole account if you're
Ah,
like, yes,
okay.
yeah. Once the BIR finds out that so and so,
So wala mo
okay.
ng public announcement.
Yeah, that's why people hold off.
Okay. And then, what else? Walang media. How do you want them
Yeah,
to
like
treat
when-
kunwari at cause of death?
Yes, you have to be respectful. And actually the media has gotten better in
Okay,
fairness, in
okay.
reporting
That's
in
true.
reporting deaths. So but especially like accidents or suicide, 'di ba? Which is a very sensitive topic. I mean, my gosh, you don't have to like put in all the details there, the who, what, when, where, how. That's not helpful at all.
Yeah. And you say, and the whole exercise always, yung pinapagawa sa atin, what if it happens to you?
To
Would
you.
you want
Yeah.
that? And then etiquette also when you visit wakes or hospitals even. I think you had that problem with your mom, no? People going to the hospital tapos nagpo-post.
Not with mom, but I
Not-
know of other,
you know,
of
other-
other
yun parang,
celebrities. It's like, have respect. That kind of like, I've seen people, it's like, okay, you're visiting the sick. Do you have to put the sick person's
That's true.
picture there?
Alam mo, kinall out mo yun, no? In one. Why?
Yeah. Because I
Ano?
was so upset when that happened. It's
Because
like,
parang, if it happens to you, would you want your picture there too, no?
Diba? Unless sabihin sa'yo nung may sakit, sige, post mo yung picture natin.
Oh my God.
Diba?
Tapos nun, when you visit wakes, yung kinukunan and then
yung
what?
nasa,
Is that ethical?
Why? Diba? Why would you do that? No, don't do that. Diba? Ask the permission
Of
of
the
the family
family,
first.
of the
Sige, can I
family.
take a photo? Ganyan.
Okay. Best advice you give people
Regarding what?
regarding, well, what you've learned in life. Ano yung parang, what advice will they remember you by? Si Cathy siya yung nagsabi nito. Grieve.
Me kasi, in my most difficult times, I really cling to faith.
That's
so, cling to the
Cathy,
Lord.
tumatanda na ba tayo at yun ang isip natin?
Hindi, bata pa ako.
Ganun na agad.
Marami akong pinagdaanan,
So it's
diba?
really
So, yes, yeah, because it's really only God who can
You're
take
active
you
in
through.
church. No?
Yeah. I attend church.
Yeah, I think the older people, they find purpose in like doing work,
church.
the church
being
worship
active in
even.
church, worship, like that. Because you just have to remember, di ba, in your hardest times, how God, like, carried you through.
That's true. That's
Don't
true.
forget those times, di ba?
That's true.
So, and cling to that, di ba? Cling to His promises.
That's true. But whose advice do you hold dear until now, and bakit? Ano yun? From whom did you get the best advice? Kung ikaw yung nag-advise ng una, pero ano yung best advice na nakuha mo sa buhay mo that you follow until
I
now?
think siguro, from my mom, she would always say yung scripture na do not be anxious about anything, di ba? Just like, depend on God for everything. That's from my mom. And from my dad, he gave me, siguro a year before he died, because he died early also. A year before he died, he gave me a copy of the Serenity Prayer. So, di ba, pag may mga oo nga, mababago ba to?
Yung hindi
Grant me
mo
the
mababago,
courage, di ba?
yes,
To
yes,
change the
I
things I
cannot
can and the
change.
wisdom to know the difference. And as I've gotten older, it's really surrender, di ba?
That's true.
Learning,
That's
parang that's
true.
the key eh. When you surrender it,
Yes.
is when the
Okay, that's nice.
Miracle
And then yun,
happens.
single word you most identify with now, it's really family, no?
family.
It's
Yes.
really family.
Mhm.
Surrendering, letting go.
Yes.
Ready ka na talaga doon?
Hope, ganyan. I've learned to let go of a lot of things. I turned 60 last year. So,
Okay.
yeah, parang when I turned 60, it's like, it's been easier to let go of a lot of things.
Less
both
baggage,
material
no?
and
Less
non-material, less
Okay.
baggage.
Mahirap tong tanong na to. With Tita Kering, nasabi mo na lahat ng gusto mong sabihin.
Oo, nasabi ko na sa kanya.
Pero
lahat.
hindi mo pa kaya to let go.
I'm of the mindset that she can go anytime because she's at that age. She's 92,
yeah.
'di ba? I mean, whether you
Blessing
are
na
sick
yun,
or
no?
not, when you get to that point, 'di ba, in the age of in your 90s,
That's true.
you can go anytime. So, therefore, leave nothing unsaid.
Nasabi mo lahat.
Diba? Leave nothing unsaid. And when you're there, just really be there. Diba? You cannot talk na. They hold hands. Diba?
And you know, you had such a great mom, no?
Yes. And we had
Grabe, and that's a book, no? Grabe. Then kulang pa to, ha? Pwede to mag-part 2 and then all the testimonials of people pa.
I was thinking
Diba?
about that.
Oo.
Yes.
Because she's so well loved in the
In
industry.
the industry. Yes.
So isipin mo yan, John Lloyd, Nora Honor, and probably kahit yung tinaga niya, pwede yun eh. Because I was able to talk to her.
Oh, really?
And spoke fondly of your mom.
Oh, okay.
Yun.
Oh,
Ang
that's
galing.
interesting. Yeah, that's
Ala,
interesting.
well, kasi wala pa. Even Tita Gloria's book is being done. And Tita Pilita, yun, same person daw you have to do Tita Pilita's book also. So, Tita Gloria, Tita Pilita. Ako
okay.
habang buhay. Di ba? Parang kung hanggat kaya.
Yeah.
To honor
I mean, like
your
my mom
mom.
will no longer, diba, be able to read this or understand what's in there. But at least she's still around, diba? And nagawa
That's
na.
true.
It's a promise kept.
Okay, we have the second interview there, but then before, you're still Filipino, no?
Yes, I
You'll
am.
always be Filipino.
I
And
am.
Mark will be, or parang Pilipino na.
Parang
So, okay.
Pilipino na.
What makes you proud to be a Filipino at this point, despite everything? You still are.
Yes.
Okay.
I still am. This is
Okay.
still home. This will always be
Okay.
home, diba? Because we're such wonderful people in
Okay.
spite of our.
So how can we make the country better at this point?
It always begins with yourself.
That's true.
Right? It always
That's
begins
true.
with yourself, with your
Self-family.
values.
Sabi nila parang you manage the country or you run the country the way you run the family.
Yes.
Or you
Yes, and
attend
your
to yourself.
integrity, whether there are people in front of you watching you or what you do in private, di ba?
That's true.
Dapat consistent ka because my gosh, how will you sleep at night, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Can you stay? I want you to ask questions to this person we're interviewing after because he's gone through what you've gone through. Nag-donate pa siya ng liver sa daddy niya. You've heard that story.
Yes, of course.
And
yes.
at feeling ko, it had that affinity na hanggang ngayon, he would want to serve other people. Pero ang hirap lang ng pinagdadaanan din niya.
Yeah.
And he's gone, well, at least he has a new movie to talk about also. So siguro yun yung purpose. But in the end, it's still service to the country. So, we're having Lino Cayetano, a dear friend, Lino Cayetano, after a few words here while we talk about the blind items we had this week. Okay. Here's a break. So,
Yes.
nasabi.
We will be back in a few, Katipuneros, so please stay tuned.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
To listen to music that uplifts the soul, follow Jescom PH on Spotify and Jescom Music on YouTube. Our music is also available on iTunes and Deezer.
You pick it, we play it. This is Request 879 on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday, only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
This is Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Sa labas ng eskwela, ibibida the voice of the Blue Eagle, the voice of the Blue Eagle. Tawag ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugat mo todo sa kayo, tulo at tulo. Blue and white, one big flag. Radyo, 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 the voice of the Blue Eagle, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Coming up next, Level Up Exclusives on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan.
We campaigned for him, no? Hello. Now on the second hour, we have someone really close to us. In the end, sasabihin namin sa mga buhay natin naman, tayo pa rin yung magkakasama sa finals, di ba? Parang lalo na with same values. We have here someone who went through what what Cathy went through too. He's no longer mayor. He's no longer like a government official, but he's continued to be a public servant like his dad. Direct Lino Cayetano is a new film.
Hello.
I saw the teaser now. Okay, Lino, how are you?
Hi, Ate Cathy. Hello, sir. Hello.
Mayor mo pala yan.
Mayor po.
Okay, sa BGC, no? Yeah.
He's a very good mayor.
Nako.
During the
Thank you,
pandemic.
ma'am.
Yes, pandemic mayor, dun lumabas yung good governance, no? Lahat, like Vico, Joy, who else are like,
Yeah.
the younger
Actually,
ones.
Noel,
Yeah,
Prof, a lot of people don't know that the relative success of Taguig during that time was because there were so many young people in government.
That's true.
I had a team of about 15 to 20 young people from Ateneo, from UP, from PUP, from TCU. We were the first to do drive-through testing. I didn't even know how to do it. They said, no, you just do Google Forms.
Yes.
So we skipped a lot of because I learned from all these young people. So it isn't talked about a lot, but during the pandemic, so many young people stepped up. And I think those young people will be the future because they learned so much during the pandemic.
And they're mostly volunteers, no? Parang during that time.
Noon sa amin, their first job nila.
Okay.
Yeah, first job, second year, 2 years out of college.
Galing. Kasi walang kapaguran. Parang ganun yung ginagawa niya. And fresh minds, no? Fresh
Yeah.
Was that the reason, dive into that question, was that the reason why you were open to have a snap elections and then say, you called the bluff of your brother and say, okay, lahat ng mga lumang leaders, sige, go, and then palitan na namang bagong leaders?
Siguro, Noel, in a way, bluff yun. Because I'm tired of hearing politicians talk about the end game.
That's
when you're in a
true.
table with politicians, all the politicians talk about is, paano ba mag-e-end to? Ano bang end game? But when you talk to real people, regular people, what we want is yung corrupt makulong. We want justice to be served. We don't talk about, pag ito kasi na-impeach, ito yung magiging presidente.
That's true.
How many senators, how many congressmen do we sacrifice before we have peace? Nako, baka mag-revolution. Like, I think politicians are so fast in preserving the status quo.
Yeah.
Okay, people are angry. O what do? We sacrifice some people, ikulong natin to.
I-pacify
Gawin
lang natin, but not a
Status
total
quo.
change.
But what if that's not what we want?
That's true.
What if we want to shake everything at its core?
That's true.
And
get young
look for
people
real
there.
change.
Yeah nga.
So yun, siguro I just got tired of, we're in the
That's
middle
true.
of this fight. And then they're already talking about, why don't we focus on ghost projects? Why don't we
Yeah.
focus on everything that's corruption?
Yeah.
Because now we're just looking at ghost projects.
Of
and
DPWH,
you hear
no?
politicians saying, let's work on that first. How about the BIR? How about the customs?
Yeah.
How about the DOH? How about all the agencies and the substandard roads and bridges? Parang, we can do more than one thing at a time. So that's siguro born out of frustration.
No, after the elections, I was telling you, parang Lino, parang we won't see na the change in our lifetime. And we're banking on the young people already to carry on the torch. No? Parang, but you think there's better hope now?
Today, on the way here, I saw a photo of Sec Vince Dizon. I think during a mass, with
Yeah.
his head down and his hands in his face. Psycho, that's a guy who understands what we're going through. Like when you
true.
see, and you see it in a lot of people. You see it in Vico, you see it when he walks the streets, you
That's
see the
true.
weight in his shoulders. And then you see some politicians laughing.
Instead of like looking at the things, the good things that they're doing, ang nakikita parang, ito, may mga corrupt din yan. Mga ganun, facing their roots.
Like now, Noel, when I see politicians on TV, they're grandstanding, they're pontificating, they're pointing fingers. When I see
Ay, nako.
the politicians or the public servants I admire, I see myself. I see the same frustration and anger that I see when I see people in the street. Pero bakit yung tao sa kalye, pagod, 40 pero mukhang 50 dahil sa pagod at sa bigat ng trabaho?
Si Vince hindi nagpapagupit,
And
Hello?
then, pagtatawanan natin samantalang yung nasanay kasi tayo sa mga politiko na kailangan maganda itsura.
That's true.
Tapos akala mo, half day lang ang trabaho. Pero yung pangkaraniwang Pilipino, ganun ang itsura. Sa hirap sa hirap ng araw-araw na kailangan nilang gawin araw-araw. So, ako, I just think that our politicians are, not all, but many of our politicians are out of touch. Like, I'm in a way, a Nepo baby myself, but siguro I worked in production all my life. I started production when I was 25 years old. So that's the life I know. And as you know, production's a lot of hard work.
That's true, very much.
And parang when you see how hard people work and how much people pay taxes in our industry because mainit yung mata ng entertainment sa BIR, then you understand why people are frustrated.
I said, the most assaulting or insulting image was the sight of money. We never saw that much money in our lives. Tapos, na ano lang talaga, na kukurakat lang ng mga tao. If your dad were alive now, what would he have told you?
Unang-una, my dad went to night school. Night school siya, nag-law school. He was the son of a mechanic and a public school teacher. He didn't want us to be in politics. He never dreamed of, 2 senators. I think 5 or 6 terms na may Cayetano sa Senado.
Yun.
May mayor, may congressman, ako naging barangay captain. I wouldn't know if ayaw or gusto, pero that's not something he planned. And in particular, it's not really something he wanted. He wanted all of us to get a job. Yung huling bilin pa niya sa akin bago siya namatay is how long ko pa plano magturo. Kasi
in UP.
Gusto niya sana makapagtrabaho ko sa ABS-CBN. He was such a... mataas yung tingin niya sa ABS-CBN. And he knew na I fell in love with teaching. So yun yung concern niya. May trabaho. Alam niya na we enjoyed... Alam niya na aligned naman yung hearts namin pagdating sa service. Pero importante sa kanya, may profession, may trabaho. Never siya nagbilin na sana one day maging mayor ka, konsehal ka, kagawad. Not once did I ever hear him say that he wished Pia was a senator, that he wished I was a mayor. I think the only legacy he wanted was to us to be kind, love our country, and
pero paano yun ngayon, Linz? Parang, ang hirap, parang kayo, tatlo, ibang orientation or persuasion. So how would your...
You mean, Prof, like in terms of hindi kami politically magkakasundo ng kapatid? Ako...
At public, ha? Parang ang hirap yan, ang hirap sa punto nyo.
Ako, I don't really think too much about it because sa akin...
Pero ikaw na mabait yung target, hello? Yun yung...
Sa akin, Noel, parang if I see something wrong, I'll call it out.
You call out. That's true.
Siguro yung pinakamahirap sa akin gawin at siguro pinagsisiyan ko ng konti ay kung may nakikita akong mali, ako lang bang pwedeng tumayo? And when I ran for Congress, hindi ko alam kung mali yun, pero pakiramdam ko, walang gusto lumaban Walang gusto magsalita Walang gusto sabihin na, teka, baka may mas maganda pang paraan. That's why I ran in Taguig. I ran as an independent. If I ran with my brother's blessings, malamang pumayag sila. Pero susunod ako sa lahat ng sinasabi nila. But I wanted to run because I wanted to show the people of Taguig na there's a way to work together, but also to call out things pag tingin mo merong mga bagay na mali, may pwedeng pagandahin, may pwedeng ayusin. So, sa akin, hindi ko naman tinitingnan yun na parang ang sama akong kapatid kasi lumaban ako. I look at it more as a civic duty. No, pero siguro ngayon, nakapag-isip na rin ako.
Maybe, or sila sana rin.
but maybe now, siguro ngayon, mas isipin ko na baka may other ways to help the country. Because ayoko rin nakikita ng mga bata sa Taguig or around the country. I don't want them seeing families fighting, siblings not agreeing. Pero gusto ko rin pakita sa kanila na yung what binds us really, even in families, what binds us is not blood, but values. I'm the same as my father and my son will be the same as me if we have the same values. So, yung nagbabind sa atin hindi dugo, pero pareho tayo ng paniniwala. So ako, yun yung pinanghahawakan ko. Hindi yung magkamag-anak kami dahil pareho yung apelyido, kundi pareho kami ng paniniwala. And I think that's why some of us, especially since like us, we've known each other since we were in the 20s, we feel like we're family. Kasi we've been fighting for the same things.
At sana makita natin yung fruits nun during our lifetime, no? Parang, how you've not given up, no? Parang, well, at least you're in a different arena now. You've just finished a film with Richard Gomez and Elijah Canlas. When are you showing it again? Soon.
Yes.
When?
Actually,
Within the year?
Kaya ako nandito. Because I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about a movie that I'm making or
in
I
a
just
brave
finished.
movie, Salvage Land, to talk about that thing that we weren't able to talk about for 6 years.
And I think the thesis, I hope you get to watch it. It has subtitles. It's a story of a father and son who are both policemen. But the father has given up and has decided to compromise, while the son wants to fight. So it's a battle of two generations. One has given up, wants to be safe, wants to stay protected, wants the status quo. And another, represented by Elijah Canlas, brilliant actor,
very
young
good
actor
actor.
from UP. He was in the streets during the
Philippine School for the Arts.
Philippine School for the Arts.
Yeah.
So it's about a son who doesn't want to give up, who's telling our generation, don't give up, keep on fighting.
Well,
And
we
I
have parents like kunyari, Cathy, who's not given up.
Ma'am, diba, isn't it the story of our lives? Isn't just yesterday we were in our 20s and we were told we will change the world. Right. And now here we are passing it on to our kids. Right. I mean, the thesis of the movie is we should do something now. Why do we keep passing it on? All these people up there, us, now can make the sacrifices. I don't know how you feel about that, ma'am. Pero
That's my question to you. So how do you keep your hope up in spite of everything?
Hirap, no?
Yeah.
Ang daling sisihin yung mga tao talaga na, kayo ginusto nyo to . Pero you know what? After realizing that there's a higher power that manipulates the poor people, then gives money during elections.
Ako, I don't wanna be tingin ko isa sa mga problema natin is we keep on hero worshipping these
That's
politicians, no? Pero may but.
Yeah.
But can I talk about Vico Soto for a bit?
Yes.
But when I see people like Vico, then I have hope. Because
That's true.
I saw him, sabay kami nag-mayor . Pag sabay kayo ng mag-mayor, tinitingnan mo yung kapitbahay mo . Magaling ba talaga to? Is he as good as advertised? And I checked. And I realized,
And the best
there's some
practices,
things
no?
I do better, some things he does better. I wonder what's his secret. Does he really not spend money? Talaga bang wala siyang PR, transparent? Alam mo, I saw him from his first term to his second term, and I wasn't a believer right away. I admired him, but I didn't believe everything I saw. But when I saw him go into his second term, ganun pa rin siya. I saw him go into his third term, and remember, no matter how good a politician you are, if you're up against billions, somebody who's spending billions, you will be tempted to use the resources of your office to beat that other person. And nakita ko siya, he was campaigning for his third and last term, his legacy term. Naka-monoblocks pa rin siya.
You tried it.
And I saw him, his sound system was just generic, and he can afford using resources of government to have big setups. Pero nakita ko yung kampanya niya, napaka down to earth, napaka sincere, when there was a flood in Pasig, nakita ko sa Taguig, hindi pwede mamigay yung mga kalaban ng Cayetano.
Talaga?
Sa Pasig, sabi ni Vico, go ahead. You want my opponents want to give away relief goods? Go, come on, tanggapin nyo.
We need all the help that you need.
So it flooded with relief goods in Pasig, and then come election, he beat them. So parang nakita ko there was an opportunity to, as some people say, lie, steal, cheat, to win because of the greater good. He didn't do it. He risked it. And when I see people like that
Pwede pala.
kasi sa akin, Noel, he has faith in people. Because
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of politicians justify it as, no, I need to lie, steal, and
Or
cheat
give them money.
because I know the greater good. Pag di
Yeah.
ako nanalo, hindi rin ako makakatulong eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Pero I admired Vico because nakita ko he trusted the people.
And then, institutionalizing the changes. Kasi hindi siya forever nandun. So, after nun, parang ayaw ko. Hindi ako he's already teaching in Ateneo next year. Parang after his term. No? So, okay. Na parang, hindi kasi siya qualified for a higher office. Actually, pwede, pero sabi niya he's not running. So, it's that. It's not power that drives you. It's really your, for service. Pero how can you change the mindset of these voters? Kasi sabi niya, in the end, nasa botante rin yan.
Pero ako, Noel, ma'am, it's like, I want people to watch movies. And it's easy to blame the audience. Hindi na nanonood yung mga tao ng pelikula.
True.
It's easy to say, why don't people watch movies anymore? Unlike back in the days, they'd line up to watch movies.
That's true.
Bakit ganun yung mga tao?
That's
Tingin ko
true.
baliktad. We might be making movies that do not speak to them.
That's
So
true.
it's the same with me. Like I lost
That's
70,000 to 100,000. I asked myself, where did I go wrong? Baka I could have communicated my message better. Maybe I could have worked harder. Maybe I could have spent 18 months as opposed to 6 months.
Yeah.
So tulad nung paggawa ng pelikula, when we were doing Salvage Land, I wanted to make a movie that spoke about what was going on. And I think it's the same with us, us who want change in government. We need to spend time to talk to people and to explain why change is necessary, why dynasties are not necessarily bad, but with dynasties, we don't have equal opportunity, that the young people growing up will not be able to serve as mayor, as congressman, because with dynasties, there's no equal opportunity. So I think kailangan ipaliwanag, and we shouldn't give up trying to explain to people. Just like I don't want to give up making movies, because I
That's
think
true.
they will fall in love again with cinema. And hopefully, people...
Or it will find its audience
Yeah.
kung hindi man sa theater, pero sana sa theater pa rin. Cathy's a grief coach. So how important was it to grieve after your loss during the elections?
Siguro, maybe it's different, a bit different with my dad, kasi I heard you a while ago when you talked about grieving. With me, with my dad, up to now, I just think he's on vacation. I've talked to a few people who said, let it go. They told me in the first 3 months, and in the first 3 years, let it go. Now it's been more than 20 years, and I'm okay. He's just somewhere there. So I haven't really dealt with it, but I think I've accepted that he's somewhere there watching me. So I think it's different from how I'm dealing with the elections. With the elections, to me, I gave my best. I gave the people an opportunity to choose. They said it's not my time. So I think I accepted it easily. Heartbroken ako, but I think I laid everything out there.
Right. Well, they're both losses, but the other one is human, and that's your dad, right? And the other one is, it's easier in a way for him to.
I think, ma'am, if I
Yeah.
didn't run, because I was scared na sa Pilipinas, if you run against family, it's the end of you. Because you're not, hindi you're not grateful.
Yeah, you're not grateful.
But I think if I didn't run, I'd always regret it. And I think it would be hard for me to get over if I was quiet, if I remained silent, if I allowed things to happen. But I think even though I lost, pero pakiramdam ko, nilaban ko, mas magaan ng konti yung pakiramdam ko.
Kesa sa hindi ka tumakbo at all. Right?
Yes, ma'am. So baka cliche, pero in a way, parang I didn't feel like I'm disappointed that the people didn't see it the way I did, pero I don't really feel na natalo.
But how has it affected family dynamics, Linz?
Paano ba? I see my family kasi now really as my wife.
Your core,
and
no?
my
Yeah.
and my kids.
How
my
about
3
your
kids
mom?
and my mom.
I ask you this.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
So-
Paano yun pag special occasions, Christmas?
Sabi nung mami ko parang nanay raw siya para siyang nanay ng divorced couple. So New Year sa kanila, 31 sa amin 1. 25 Noche Buena sa kanila, sa amin 25. Pero ako I'm fine to spend time with my my family who I'm not getting along with, no, like
For the sake of your mom,
sa akin,
parang ganon.
yes.
Pwede if your
Sa akin
mom
walang
requests.
problema. Basta kailangan matanggap nila na okay lang that we don't agree on the same things.
How important is that, Kath? But when you try to like see family dynamics as like that, what do you suggest they do?
Actually, it happens. I mean, to keep
Yan
the
na nga.
peace, di ba? I like the way how your mom describes it. It's like mother of a divorced couple, right? Okay, Saturday is yours, Sunday is ano. It's the way. Kasi baka when they're all together, I mean, you can control how you will react, right? But you cannot control how your siblings will react
At siguro,
towards you.
ano rin ma'am, parang off the air, di ba sinasabi natin how hard it is to do it in public. Pero ang daming mga kababayan nating Pilipino deal with issues and problems
That's
with
true.
their in-laws, their brothers. Nung may radio show yung daddy ko, sabi niya 90% of cases are about yung mana, about wealth. Diba? Laging problema ng mga pamilya. And ako siguro ma'am, Prof, I think if I dealt with those issues every day with my brother and yung hindi namin pinagkakasundo, it might compromise those things that are more important to me.
Right.
Fighting for my kids' future, spending time with my wife, teaching my kids what's right and wrong. So pag pinilit kong magkasundo at magkompromiso dun sa mga bagay na magkakasundo kami nung mga kapatid kong nasa politika, pero makukompromiso naman yung mga paniniwala ko, siguro mas magandang sa ngayon, kanya-kanya muna kami.
But did you ever reach out to them?
Yes. What I said
When was the last
I
time?
said in public, I've told them in private. What if we all no Cayetanos run? I'm okay with that. Kasi
Galing, no?
if
To even think na sana, if power was not there, will we be okay as a family? Parang,
yeah. And that was my main thesis na kung nag-aaway tayo dahil sa politika, alis na lang tayo lahat.
para magkasundo
Para magkasundo
tayo.
tayo. Kung politika ang
Did you
pinagawa.
receive a response?
Hindi nila i-consider. Siguro, yun. Ang karamihan kasi sa mga matagal na sa politika, lalo mga nasa dinastiya, may pag-iisip sila. I'm not talking about my family.
Yeah.
But maybe I
To
am.
stay there.
may pag-iisip sila na sila lang yung pwede.
That's true.
Na kawawa naman ang Pilipinas pag wala kami.
When in fact, sabi mo
When
na
in fact,
maraming mga
marami.
bata yan.
Marami, because I've experienced it. When I was mayor, maraming mas may alam sa akin.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
I think the biggest thing that we lose with political dynasties and entrenched families is the opportunity to see these amazing young people. And, by the time it's their time, they're not young anymore. And parang, ang nangyayari sa atin, when they're ready to serve, jaded na sila. Nasanay na sila sa sistema. So most young people, when they're given an opportunity to serve, they're already there for 15 years in DPWH, in agencies where they're not who they are anymore.
Yeah.
And it's the same with us in the entertainment industry. I wanted to do so many things when I finished film school. And 15 years doing telenovela, nag-iba yung mindset ko. Nag-iba yung storytelling ko. Not necessarily wrong, pero nag-iba. But I was a different person coming out of UP Film as I was after 15 years doing telenovela.
And mas may reason why you're doing this. It's clearer why you're doing things. And
My
towards
last
what
movie, Noel, was the first movie of Kim Chu and Gerald Anderson.
Yeah.
So it was a Star Cinema melodrama,
Yeah.
rom-com. It's a Star Cinema classic. Kim
As they've
Gerald
grown,
movie.
you've grown too.
And
no?
my next movie, almost 20 years later, is about a father and son and their different beliefs, different values, and conflicting thoughts on corruption. So very different.
Now let's talk about your children. No, yung anak mo na una nasa theater, galit sa nangyayari ngayon.
Yes. Oo. So I think theater is also their
The outlet.
expression, their outlet.
How do you navigate yung galit? Where do you put it? Saan papunta? Paano mo na gagabayan yung
Well, it's good that they use their creativity, di ba? To
Yeah.
channel their I
Yeah.
think it's a healthy
Yeah.
outlet. Because art like cinema,
Yeah.
theater, they're all powerful forms,
That's true.
di ba? Powerful mediums to create change.
The theater
in
is more
any
popular na nga
generation.
than film now, no?
Yes.
Parang the
Yes.
audience is more active.
Yeah. Arete
Yeah.
is always like so busy on the
Yeah.
on the weekends. Oo.
Lino,
Yeah.
ikaw, you've seen people mad, no? Parang in the streets now. Gaano kagalit yung mga
Ako,
tao?
ulitin ko yung sinabi ko kanina, I don't think people up there know how angry we are.
The people are.
I saw hearings in Senate, hearings in Congress. They're sitting back, they're laughing, they're making long speeches. I don't think they realize that, when somebody's caught stealing sa palengke, pag may nahuling kahera na nagtatabi ng 1,000, ninanakawan yung shop niya, kulong agad. You have a snatcher here in Katipunan, hahabulin niyo, bubugbugin pa. And now we're talking about parang
Trillions.
trillions, and some people have the audacity to make jokes while you
Yeah.
talk about this.
Yeah.
And you're not talking about one person. We're probably talking about 300, 400, 500 people. And then we're talking about...
And no remorse. At all.
And Noel, I think there's something we're not talking about, and I think it's because a lot of us think that stealing 5-10% is okay. Let's go after those who did ghost projects. I think there's an underlying idea na ganyan, na those who just receive SOP, wag na natin galawin. Pero yung mga walang hiya na flood control, ghost project, yan ang habulin. When in fact, why don't we go after all of them?
Yeah.
Bakit hindi lahat ng nagnakaw habulin natin? Magko-collapse ba yung gobyerno? May sistema tayo. We have rules, we have laws, we have our constitution. If there's no congressman left, there will be a way. There's a mechanism under our constitution so that we can elect our leaders. So,
Ako yun, talaga, even if it goes as far as the president or the vice president, go! And the senators and
at the end of the day, if the politicians reach a compromise, they get a slap on the wrist, sabihin nila, half of Congress hindi na pwedeng tumakbo. Half of our government officials in various agencies have to resign without retirement. Then so be it. We can talk about compromise later. Pero parang ngayon, to say na, let's just take it easy. Parang I think they don't understand how angry we are. And they don't understand that, every Friday at the end of the week can become every Monday. And it can become every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it can become every day.
Has this changed the mindset of people, the young people especially? Parang mas nagde-demand ba sila sa government now or our leaders at this point? Do you feel it with your
I
chat?
believe so. Yeah, they're really more, well, I think of myself at that age, diba? And they are really more...
Parang mas matapang sila sa atin.
Mas matapang sila.
nga
Mas
ngayon.
matapang sila ngayon. They demand
And they wouldn't stop at like wanting to know the truth, no, at this point. So, ngayon, because of us demanding the live streaming of the ICI proceedings, nag-yes na, gagawin na rin daw nila. So, what else? Parang it's too small kasi a compromise, no, for the big money that they got from the people. Saan? Well, hanggang saan sa tingin mo yung galit ng mga tao? Like, at this point, will we go Indonesia or
But ako, dalawa, Noel.
that part?
Parang, on one hand, where is this going sa galit ng tao? But there's also really a part of me na gustong sumigaw at sabihin, pagpatuloy niyo yung galit,
Totoo
Kasi
yan.
it is entirely possible that people calm down.
That's true.
2 weeks ago, namigay ng go bags si Mayor Vico Soto. Sumunod lahat ng LGU.
Yeah.
3 days, hindi na pag-usapan yung flood control sa amin, sa barangay.
Pero ako, sinasabi
kasi
ko-
namigay. So itong Pasko, when all the LGUs start giving away goods, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Congressman. So we shouldn't underestimate also Filipino politicians. If we say na bakit sa Nepal, bakit sa Indonesia, nagawa to ng Gen Z, magaling din yung mga politiko natin. Magaling din yung mga trapo natin. They will find ways for us to forget. So on one
to
hand,
get tired, no?
Yeah, on one hand, I feel like, hindi nila alam yung galit ng tao. Pero on the other hand, talo nga ako eh. mas magaling sila sa akin.
Pero
mas magaling
nakaka-attend ka ng UP Games sa UAAP.
pero ibig sabihin, magaling yung mga to. Magaling yung mga politikong to. Baka January, I love my mayor na. I love my congressman na. I love my senator. So, we should just keep, I think, part of what I want to do is to keep reminding people na until there is real change and justice, we should keep complaining. I was in Congress during the second half of President Pinoy's term. So I was a congressman in 2016. And I was with Ma'am Lenny, we were both freshmen. We felt like this will be the first Congress without pork barrel because it came right after the Napoles incident. It came right after the Supreme Court decision.
But God, as we speak now,
si
JPE, si JPE na forgive.
So sa 16th Congress, tinanggal yung pork barrel.
Okay.
So we all made speeches and we were all so proud. Now we will focus on legislation.
My God.
But look how, tingnan mo kano kagaling yung mga politiko. Wala nang pork barrel, sinabi na ng Supreme Court, they found a way. And now it's back stronger than ever.
Yeah.
So,
at walang napaparusahan. At ngayon, si JPE na absuelto. Parang what a day.
And Noel, yun yung parang thesis nga nung pelikula ko na will I keep saying, intelligent young people from U-Belt, Ateneo, UP, take over, kayo na bahala. No. We should take over.
That's true.
Tayo, us who are in our 30s, 40s, 50s, us who are retiring, let's not pass this on to the young people. Let's let them inherit something better. Let's take chances now.
Legacy work, no? Parang running joke really now. Tingnan mo, at least ikaw UAAP games. Put those people, the senators now in the UAP games. They used to attend those games, no? Wala, galit yung mga tao. They can't even attend major concerts. Kasi kahit major gatherings galit. Pero yun nga, yung keyboard warrior, yung mga ganyan. Hanggang dyan lang ba? Or hanggang saan pupunta, mag-escalate itong mobilization, the conscientized people?
Yeah.
Sa tingin mo, tataya ba yung mga tao? Will this be brought to the 2028 elections? But I don't want to talk about elections na dapat iisang tao lang yung magdi-lead. It should be systemic na magbabago eh. So,
I think that's why we need our voices to be heard. Like, it's not easy for me to contradict, political parties that I've been involved with. It's not easy for me to contradict family. But I think we have to. And I'm part of that. I mean, I've been barangay captain, mayor, congressman. I'm part of that system that has to change. So,
or part of the conversations like this would be like educating the voters too, no? Yun talaga. Yung tipong, while we deal with grief, personal grief, ito, national grief. Kasi pagdadalamhati sa pag-abuso sa atin.
Kaya nga ako more than what's gonna happen. It's more, will we take advantage of this opportunity that people are angry and everyone wants change, or will we let this opportunity slip by? Ako mas ganun eh. So it's up to us. Will this slip by? So January, we can forget this. We're now all Marcos or Duterte. Or January, are we still talking about genuine change? So sa akin, yun, what will we do about this unique opportunity, this unique window in history? So I don't know also
kung saan papunta. But and how do we take our leaders to account? Yun yata. I'll push it more. Well, sa kanya family ang hirap. Naku, I asked you this before. Family journalist with Julius's case before. How did you feel about it?
Well, Julius and I are cousins, as you know, right? And within the family, he's like really been very supportive. He's been there for us during our lowest times, like with my son before. So, hindi na ako dumagdag sa conversation because what for, right? I'm sure Julius knows where he may have faltered I mean, I trust him enough to know that he probably knows where
So you think
he might
parang
have faulted.
Vidias also learned a lesson from all these things? Kasi, di ba, napalabas yan during this whole thing?
Well, ako, if not for Julius and Ma'am Corina, we wouldn't have all this information.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And ako, like, I agree with Vico on many things, but I don't agree talaga on calling people out without evidence or not following it up. But he has his reasons. Ako lang, ngayon, when we call out our politicians or we call out corrupt officials, let's be ready. Let's go around. Punta tayo sa website na Sumbong Mo sa Pangulo. All of us can.
Totoo. Di
Have
ba?
you, so sa mga nakikinig, punta kayong website Sumbong Mo sa Pangulo, i-type nyo yung pangalan ng city nyo. Wala tayong karapatan magreklamo if you didn't type your city and go to the
That's
locations
true.
and
That's
take a
true.
picture. So if you live in Quezon City, you live in Taguig, you live in Pasig, you live in Tuguegarao, you live in Cebu, punta kayo sa website na Sumbong Mo sa Pangulo, lahat ng flood control projects nandun. When it was made, when it was finished, and its exact locations. You can go there and take a picture. So
Parang-
para sa akin, nasa kamay rin natin yung...
Citizen journalist, di ba?
Starts
Parang
with you,
lahat
di ba? Do
tayo.
your part.
Wala kang karapatang magreklamo kung hindi ikaw kasama dun sa nagreklamo. Parang, ikaw yung bumoto. Parang ako rin binoto mo yun eh. So, and more people now are vigilant, I hope, and they can keep that vigilance. Pero ang daling mapagod ng mga Pinoy, daling makalimot. So how do they keep them parang...
Ako, people who are given a voice and a platform should continue to speak. So I'm so
That's
proud
true.
of
That's
like
true.
Vice Ganda.
Yeah.
I'm so proud
Yeah.
of Vice.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of like two of my actors who I'm working with. I saw in the street. Kung blines ka, binigyan ka ng oportunidad magkaroon ng boses at plataforma, use it. And hindi kailangan sikat ka, ma'am, di ba? You can have 100 followers or 300 followers. Ako lang siguro, be respectful.
And hold the truth. Parang, dapat
You're
truth
as bad
lang
as them
talaga.
if you're just throwing accusations.
That's true.
If you're
That's
just,
true.
kung galit ka lang dahil mukhang corrupt, kung galit ka lang dahil ayaw mo yung tono ng pananalita nila, ayaw mo yung itsura nila. But I think the information is out there. Now there's a big push to post SALN.
That's true.
Na pressure, no? Because of what the ombudsman did, everyone is being pressured to post.
So you think
So-
yan, parang it will become a practice
Yes.
already.
And I think-
second, yung freedom of information, you think parang it will be passed.
but
Pwede yan.
it's been there. I don't think people are using it as much as they should.
Totoo
So
rin
for
naman.
example,
Totoo
ma'am,
rin
yung
naman.
SALN, I saw nag-post na sina Senator Robin, Senator Risa, nag-post na yung Akbayan. So I think around the country, you can pressure your mayor and you pressure your congressman and
That's
pressure
true.
your barangay captain and pressure your councilors to post their SALN.
And
So,
match
sa
that
akin,
with their
that's so simple.
lifestyle. Ako talaga, di ba?
Yeah, and ako advice sa mga nakikinig, it starts with the SALN.
That's true.
When you have the SALN, look at it and then look at your politician.
Yeah.
If the car they're riding isn't in the SALN, there's a problem.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
the house that they're going home to, which usually alam yan
Yeah,
sa lugar nyo,
yeah.
is not in the SALN, there's a problem.
Yeah.
If there's a business there that everyone knows, kay congressman yan, kay gov yan, kay mayor yan, it's not in the SALN, there's a problem. So I think even as something as simple as people asking and Ma'am Risa, Akbayan, and all the progressive groups posting their SALN, it can already cause a lot of change.
What other things, what other measures hindi pong pwedeng ma-institutionalize? Like, the anti-dynasty law, you
Yeah.
think can be passed at this point?
I think
Kasi may public
If
pressure.
we had a list of things that we demand,
Yan nga no?
I think it should be on top of the list.
That's true.
Because until there are dynasties, and I do agree na,
And you don't mind
You know,
na kasama kayo doon?
oh, I don't mind.
Okay.
And I'm siguro ako, I think I'm an argument na the people, it's the people's choice.
That's
No?
true.
So, I can say, hindi, we don't need an anti-dynasty law because people can vote for an Alan or a Lino. It's up to them. But, with an anti-dynasty law, then it's not just an Alan or a Lino.
You're opening it
There
up
are
to
other
other
people
people.
who are better than us.
That's true.
So sa akin, because of this monopoly, and there's a study by the PCIJ that only X number of families hold much of the
That's
power
true.
in the Philippines.
That's true.
And actually, if you can't curb corruption, then at least more people are in power, more people are
That's
of
true.
influence, and there are more people who can take advantage of the network that's being created by being
That's
in
true.
government or being in politics. So ako, the anti-dynasty law, I think, will open up. And I know it's not there in other countries in the world, but siguro unique sa Pilipino because we're so clannish eh.
That's true. Other things, other changes you wanna see before you die, before we all die. Ako, change also yung qualifications ng leaders. Di ba pwede ganun? Pero sabi daw, it may be unconstitutional. Na tipong, yung at least, yung education, basic education, pero hindi daw eh. Hindi mo na pwedeng ma-demand na at least nakatapos ng pag-aaral o hindi.
And ako naman, Noel, parang I've seen so much wisdom in people who haven't studied.
Finish school.
Iba lang yung...
Okay, sige.
Kasi,
pero ako, isubject sila ta debate. Man lang. Or at least answer. Because we have leaders now who never even face a public debate. Di parang na-skirt na hindi pala requirement eh. So can that be part of it? A qualification before you become president, vice president?
I think we can push for any amendments sa batas para pag ikaw ay isang kandidato, parte nung mga...
Sagutin mo yung mga tanong
kailangan
ng
mong-
tao. Kasi, being transparent. So you trust government now? Ikaw?
I don't want to lose hope, di ba? So we should hope in the. I like the younger.
Yeah.
It's the
Sabi nga
younger
nila, if you have
leadership.
options pa, younger versus old,
Yeah.
you go for the younger, and then yung hindi gumagastos ng malaki sa eleksyon eh. Kasi parang babawiin kasi nila yan if ever, or yung medyo non-traditional yung pagkakampanya.
Ako naman, Noel, I think, I also parang I think I owe, not naman owe an apology, but ako, I'd like to also acknowledge the president's role in all of this. If the president didn't say, mahiya naman kayo, whatever his reasons are, if the
Yeah.
president didn't put up that website, yun nga, like I said kanina, if the president didn't appoint someone like Vince Dizon, put up the ICI,
Pero ako
everyone
lang
will
sana
just
siya yung
everyone will
unang-
just look the other way.
Pero sana siya yung unang naglabas ng SALN, could have been a good sign. The president, parang, the leader of the country, siya yung nauna, tsaka sumunod yung vice president. And we can look at it, parang,
And I think we should keep putting pressure then on them, on the president and
Wag
ako lang just
mapapagod, no?
acknowledge also that he did something that
no, he started it.
other
He
people
started
didn't
it. Ang problema lang, hindi niya alam mag-blow up talaga. At hindi mo alam kung gaano kalayo aabutin eh. Kasi at this
do.
point,
Pero
oh my
ang galing
God.
ng tadhana, no? Like
Pinapaalala sa atin every time magkakabagyo at lindol yung mga kulang na services na dapat nakukuha natin sa gobyerno. Pero ang galing pa rin ng mga Pilipino kahit sabihin mong binoto niya yan eh. So dapat gobyernong tumulong. Hindi pa rin natin matiis yung kapwa natin Pilipino. Tumutulong pa rin tayo.
alam mo, like sa amin, I computed around 5 billion in flood control was spent in the last 3 years. Pero pag umulan bukas at bumaha,
Exactly.
pag namigay tayo ng relief goods, thank you ulit.
Exactly.
Congressman, thank you ulit. Senator, thank you Mayor, thank you
Exactly.
Governor. Pero yung nasayang na pera sa paggawa lang ng flood control, baka kaya tayo pakainin buong taon.
You're honestly thinking mababalik pa yon yung mga nakuhang pera.
Yes.
You
Only
think?
because I've been hearing it a lot from the Ombudsman, I've been hearing it a lot from Secretary Dizon, I've been hearing it a lot na yan daw ang gusto ng presidente. Because remember, when everyone, I know
Okay.
mahirap yung restitution sa batas, pero
Yeah.
kung yan yung plea bargain nila, para hindi sila makulong or para yung sentensya nila maikli, isoli nila yung perang yan, mas mabilis yun.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
ako sana.
And we deserve it. It's our money. It's our money. Linz, you have to go through the questions. What's something you wish someone told you when you began your career as a politician? Hindsight now.
Hirap ba nun I don't know.
Just also inviting people to like, mag-government service
I'm
ba ako?
looking
Hindi.
at Vico and I think, have more courage. Have more courage.
And don't lose that, no?
I think I had a shortcut because my family was there. So I felt na somehow protected ako. But I think I could have been more courageous earlier in my career. And again, when I look at someone like Vico, Sec Vince, na lahat inaaway, parang sabi ko, you know what? Yan yung Isko in his first term was cleaning the streets left and right. Sabi ko, alam mo, if you're given an opportunity to serve, bigay mo na lahat.
Totoo
Huwag ka na
yan.
mag-iwan, bigay mo na lahat.
Grabe, no? Bukas-bukas lahat. Your measure of success now, in what you do now,
The happiness of the people
you serve.
the happiness of the people that matter to me. And when I'm in
that's
office, it's the people I serve. In my home, it's my wife and my kids.
How's your wife now with all these things with the family?
Good.
No, with your squabble with the family. She's hurt, no?
Yeah, pero...
Siya yung sumasagot sa amin, thank you. Ganyan. Pero,
Alam mo,
masakit
during
yun,
the
no?
time of President Duterte, we did everything to defend Alan. We did everything to defend the president. And we were supportive of the president somewhat. Madami siyang marami ring masasakit na salita na sa Ateneo community na nakikita niya, nababasa niya. Ako sa ABS community, I grew up in ABS-CBN practically, but because of the shutdown and what happened during the Duterte admin, so actually it was a difficult time for us then. Wala kaming problema sa family noon. So what we realize now is sometimes we were defending people that we don't necessarily completely agree with.
Yeah.
So ngayon, in a way, yes, it hurts. There's misunderstandings with the family, but we also stand by things that we believe in, her and I.
That's nice. Your advice about sibling rivalry or sibling issues, how do you deal with that?
Topic. Yeah, time. You know, it's really time that will... Sometimes you just have to let time run. Because in a very public squabble, it's always the word of one person against the other. You know, and like I said earlier, you can only control yourself, what you say. You cannot control what the other person has to say, di ba? And you hope that, you know, somewhere along the line, the relationship will be restored. Diba?
Sa'yo na ayos.
You do what you can. No, I'm still waiting.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that's why sometimes it takes years. Diba? But what's
Really?
important is yun. Wala kang rancor
Pero
in
may
your
hurt
heart.
pa. Wala kang record, pero wala na.
Wala na akong ano.
So you're
parang,
ready to forgive.
Oh, I've forgiven.
You've forgiven.
Already. Yeah, I've
I think
forgiven.
Noel yun eh, yung love in your heart. Because you
That's true.
might be sitting down and having dinner or being forced to smile in public, but there's no love in your heart. There's anger. Pero sometimes you're not apart, but at least there's forgiveness and love. No?
Ang ganda nun, forgiving even if you're apart. But does it have to be communicated? Or dapat, what do
Kailangan
you
ba,
think?
ma'am?
Parang, okay, ikaw ang psychologist.
By your actions na lang. Kasi sometimes, no matter how much you communicate, like Lino has, said it publicly,
Yeah
and
nga.
he has said it in private, di ba?
Yeah nga.
So, sometimes your actions will speak stronger than what you say.
Ito medyo petty pero nangyayari. Nagbabatian kayo ng Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas? Hindi.
Oh, yeah, hindi.
And that's okay.
Well, for now, di ba, it's just that...
For how long na?
Oh, it's been a while. Yeah,
Oh.
it's been a while. Oh,
Vince,
it's been
kayo?
a while.
Ako, nung first few years, but this election, I think, was different. So after nung election kasi, they used my kids against me. They filed a case and they posted videos of my kids. And then they also said things in public, accused me of things na to me is unbelievable. So for me, because of what happened during the elections and the choices that were made, not because we challenged each other, but how they ran the elections. Sabi nga ni Alan, it's normal to cheat, to steal, and to lie. That's not normal for me.
Yeah.
I think 99% of people are good people, and that's not normal to us. So sa akin, the last few, maybe the last year, wala na rin ganyan, no?
Para wala nang complications? Ganun ba yun? Yeah?
Para peace na lang. I mean,
Peaceful
for me, it's like
coexistence.
time and circumstance,
Okay.
will
Okay.
heal or will reveal, di ba? Sometimes you don't have to say anything.
And the bigger fight that we have for the country. Parang there are bigger issues, sige.
Correct.
With you, your mom. Parang having your mom there, parang ganon. Here, it's really the country. Let's make the country better. So,
That's you talk in your post, you talked about my dad, di ba?
Yeah.
Ako, that's how I honor my family. That's how I honor my brother, who I don't get along with.
In the service of the Filipino
how I
pa rin.
honor my father, and that's how I honor my kids, to speak the truth and to try to articulate kung ano man yung tingin ko naiintindihan ko sa nangyayari sa politika. And I'm happy when I'm able to do it.
Ang hirap. And you do it in a medium now that's kind of needs resuscitation. Film. You see what's happening with Quezon at this point. Not to frighten you, no? But then parang when it mirrors reality, parang meron din mag-question. But how hopeful are you with Salvage Land?
I'm excited. I want people to see it. I want people to talk about it. When we
At okay lang to talk about it.
When we make
have a discourse.
when we make movies in rain. So we created, as you know, Bagman, that talked about corruption. We made the 2023 film Nananahimik ang Gabi, about the idea of if someone we love is corrupt,
power,
and we take advantage of that relationship, does it make us corrupt also? No, so we
recurring
we
yung
like,
theme niya ng ganun, corruption and power.
we like
no?
talking about these things.
Yeah,
And kami, we don't necessarily make a statement one way or the other. Our characters have statements.
And let the audience
we have
decide.
our beliefs. Pero pag napanood po, at sana at the end of the month, if people have the time and the opportunity to watch Salvage Land.
So you're showing it soon?
Yeah, end of the month, end of November.
Oh my
So I think
God.
when you watch it, Noel, tingin ko may magsasabing, tama yung tatay. Protektahan mo muna pamilya mo. Yun ang importante. Hindi, may magsasabing, tama yung anak. Mas importante yung service. Pulis ka eh. Una yun bago pamilya. And I think it's okay. We should talk about these things. Even in Ateneo, I'm sure in the academe, I've encountered those challenges. Is it protecting the institution? Or protecting the values that built the institution? So I think, yan para sa akin yung beauty ng art.
That's
na pag-uusapan natin yung ganitong mga bagay.
Yung bubog ni Lino na ginawa na niya pelikula. Yun yung that's a way to deal with your pain, di ba?
And I know,
make it to art.
And Richard Gomez, the congressman, is one thing. Richard Gomez, the icon, is something else. Alam mo, I grew up na goma aga lang yan eh. You know? And parang dream come true to work with Richard Gomez. And if you see him in this movie, yun ang artista. You see the lines in his face. You see his stomach protruding. Alam mo, kasi sabi ko, mag-retire ka na dito eh. Ang ganda ng katawan ni Kong Goma.
Wala yan.
Sabi niya, I know what I need to do. He went on the set, may chan, yung extreme close-up niya, makikita niyo sa big screen, kita mo yung kulubot sa mga mukha. Wala yung vanity. Artist talaga. And I think Richard Gomez, who we grew up as the bench model, no, na epitome of the yung anatomy you'll see him as an aging man trying to decide what's good for his family
and being challenged by a young, really good actor, brilliant actor, Elijah Canlas, na iba rin, no, coming from two different persuasions. So good dynamics there.
Napakagaling ni Elijah.
Ano yan? Shawshank Redemption? Parang ganun yung dating.
Yeah, it's a neo-western. So we film it completely in Laharland. Pag napanood nyo yung pelikula, you don't know if it's in the past, in the present, in the future. I'd like to think it's 10 years from now if we don't get our acts together. Kasi it's a land of lawlessness. It's a place where if you have a gun, then you're the law.
Pero ang lakas ng loob mo. There are a lot of big movies coming out end of the month. So good luck. So this will be when? End of November.
26.
So you're up against Gabi ng Lagim of Jessica So, gano'n?
Parang hindi yata.
Hindi. So wag naman. Parang dalawa.
But you know,
major.
Pero kung manonood ka ng dalawang Tom Cruise movies or dalawang Hollywood movies, kung pareho namang maganda,
might as well be Filipino movies. Might as
and
well
I think
be
that's the challenge. Si Direk Joey Reyes, head of the Film Development Council of the Philippines, ganda ng sinabi niya, candidly. You know, he could say many things he could have said a lot of things to us filmmakers when we were in Busan about ang galing namin, gawin nating magaling yung Pilipino. Alam mo, kung ano sinabi niya sa amin, as a small group of filmmakers, sabi niya, you guys have to do better. You have to
That's
make
true.
better movies. You have to tell better stories. You have to speak to the
Society
Filipino
needs
better.
you.
So ako, that's why I think Direk Joey is the perfect guy for that job.
So ano yung silbi? Ano yung silbi? He was on speaker also during her book launching. Ano yung silbi naging filmmaker mo ngayon? Why did God put you there and not become a politician?
I think yung platform.
That's true,
The platform.
no?
When
It's
a
more
po-
to unite people, no? Yeah.
When a politician takes the stage, I think we
It's
tune
about
out.
himself.
Yes, because
Yeah.
sanay na tayo, jaded na tayo eh.
Yeah.
But if I'm able to insert maybe an advocacy into
That's
a telenovela that I'm making, Coco Martin has more influence on society than many of our politicians.
Politicians,
Pag
that's
sinabi niyang stealing is bad,
Yeah.
pag sinabi niyang, I learned that from Mario J, who I
That's true.
who I
That's
did a
true.
telenovela with. Sabi niya, pag sinabi mo ngayon, bukas, yan na yung ine-echo ng mga
That's
tao.
true.
Pag ginawa mo sa telenovela,
That's true.
pag ginawa mo sa pelikula. So ako, tingin ko, it's a bigger stage.
Yeah. Anong silbi ng pagiging grief counselor, grief coach ngayon in society?
You help heal people's hearts, di ba?
That's true,
You
no?
help
We need
bring
that
back
healing also for
bring back the hope,
the
di
Filipinos.
ba? No matter
We need
how
that.
no matter how dark it is,
That's
di ba?
true. That's true. And with a good note, sa mga Pinoy ngayon, with this galit, yung dun sa galit natin, saan dapat natin to i-channel?
I think it is for asking for genuine reform.
That's true.
I think it's not enough that we scream and utter angry words
That's
and
true.
gestures at politicians.
That's true.
Sa barangay mo, anong gusto mo gawin? Kung nakakalat ang basura, look up solid waste management. If in your city there's traffic, reach out to the city council. If your congressman is passing laws, whether it's liberal or conservative that you don't agree with, write to your congressman. Mangampanya ka sa susunod na eleksyon. Ngayon pa lang, yung mga natutulog na ahensya, ano man yan, pero pakiramdam mo, walang epekto sa buhay mo, DOH or ano man, then speak out, tell your friends, put it on social media. Ako lang yun, be responsible and be very clear, be as articulate as you can.
Galing.
Kung ikaw may tindahan at tindera ka at walang silbi sa iyo ang gobyerno, sabihin mo kung paano makakatulong sa iyo ang gobyerno. Ganon din kung tsuper ka, estudyante ka, o negosyante ka. Tell us, make it be heard how government can help you and should be helping you.
And then, Cathy, the road to healing now as a nation naman. You've been doing personal. Yeah, tama nga, it starts with us, no? But how do you have to do that collectively as Filipinos?
Again, like I said earlier, di ba, it has to start with you before
That's true.
it can, because many single people, if you're working all on yourselves, di ba? You don't need to have a big group, di ba? That's
Pero
the
maganda
mark-
ngayon, we have a
Oo.
good support group, no?
Yes.
Growing those people with the same values and the same things na pinaglalaban. So,
Yeah.
And I
Yun.
think, ma'am, like, more so, I think I see it now when you see like people like Vico, Sec Vince, people who make a difference. You become a good influence in one
that's
person.
true. That's
And you
true.
can help the country. You're a good sister, you're a good
That's true.
friend.
Yeah.
And you're able to change one life. That one life can be someone who changes the course of this country. Di ba,
Basta
ma'am?
you focus on you know who you are, what your values are, right? So you're not easily swayed by the noise, di ba? Because if
That's
you really
true.
know solidly what you are, then everything else is noise.
Yeah.
So you just go and do. And if you're mad at everything that's happening,
With
then
focus,
you channel your anger,
Yeah.
right? Or your pain into something productive. Di ba?
nasa pagbubuo, no?
Kasi,
The good thing is
yeah.
that a lot of people share our views now and then share a genuine love for country to change it, really, for us to be better. Kasi who would want to stay at this stage na talagang a lot of things we cannot explain. So, it's attainable. It's the change you want at least can happen still in our lifetime. Okay, let's keep hoping and praying and not only doing that, but really participating in it, actively participating in it. Salamat sa taya nyo. Ikaw pelikula,
Thank you.
ikaw healing people, and I hope it all boils down to healing the country really. So, maraming salamat. Got such good talk. Nag-start ng personal, puntang community, o puntang bansa. The next weeks, I'm having Ramon Magsaysay Awardee Father Flavi, Villanueva.
And then Erin Tañado will be explaining the mobilization on November 30. That will be very important. Will you be there?
Yeah.
You'll be there finally. Will you be there? Were you there?
I was in Busan lang last time.
The last time. Were you there? Lahat naka-white. Pag Friday. Ako nga. Wear white. No, yan nga. Parang I think growing and growing. At tama ka eh. Dapat alam natin yung demand natin sa gobyerno. Kasi we deserve that. There are things mas directional, these are the things we want, okay? Transparency, accountability, better governance. And then I think they're at a point when they ought to deliver. If not, they have to another wrath of the people. And they have to attend UAAP games and concerts, which they cannot do anymore. But then thank you very much. In the end, sabi nga natin, sama-sama tayong magkakasama sa Grand Finals. And we want to see the end goal, to see a better country. Sana. Maraming salamat, and we'll see each other sa Level Up the next Fridays. Maraming salamat. Continue leveling up.
Every day we go through challenges. Looking for the
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up. Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.